it like a dog, like lapping it up. And that penny's taste is one of a kind.
Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this?
By the way, did you see that viral TikTok guy talking about his divorce?
No.
How much? Let me see if I can find it real quick. I'm not like saying let's do it because obviously that probably hits a little close to home. I'm just saying it was ridiculous. It was like I feel like really bad for the guy.
I know the couple. I know that TikTok couple who broke up. People were fucking sad, man.
Hang on, is it this guy? Can you see this?
Yeah. Wait, maybe not.
So this is a 1 minute video.
So how much did my divorce cost me? Well, this is a fantastic question. There's direct and there's indirect costs. Direct costs, I lost $106,000 out of my 401k retirement plan I spent 20 years contributing to. I also lost half the equity in the home, stocks, bonds, mutual funds, cash, and savings that I also spent 20 years contributing to. I also lost half of all the non-liquid assets like furniture, household goods, electronics, cars. Keep in mind, I paid for all of these. And this is in addition to financially supporting her and her/our daughter for 17 years, which is many hundreds of thousands of dollars. I'm now broke, live in a 2-bedroom apartment, and have a negative net worth for the first time since I was, 25. Indirect costs, my job, my sobriety, my self-worth, my masculinity, my hope for the future, my ability to trust women again, my belief in God, my pride, my motivation, my physical health. I don't know, let's just say everything.
He really goes in at the end there.
Bro. We crossed depressing like 15 seconds in. Goodness. That was the longest minute I've ever heard in my goddamn life. Holy shit. I mean, I was thinking like, listen, I get it, man. I understand a lot of these things. Then it's like, all right, settle down, fella.
My faith in God.
My masculinity, my sobriety, my friends.
What
an asshole. I mean, take it easy, bro. Jesus Christ.
The best part is he has like toy trucks behind him this whole time. Like, I think masculinity went out the window a little while ago, bro.
I think I know why we're here. I think I know why we arrived at this spot. I say fuck it, leave it in. Let's roll. Let's go. It's podcast time. I'm remote. I'm back from my apartment, Feidelberg, back in the office. We'll do top fives today. We got voicemails and we got an interview with Camille Kostek that I wasn't there for the first half. I fucked up the timing. John just went ahead and told Camille that I got in a car accident. So if you ever want to know like who your real friends are, they're the guys who would do that. I don't know. He's dead. He fell off a cliff. He's dead.
She was like, wait, seriously? And I was like, I hope so, because that would make this funny.
Maybe.
Like, I was like, I don't know, but I hope so.
And you know what? So did I. Had I known that was the case, I wouldn't have even joined halfway through. I would have just played up the car crash angle because fuck it. That's a better story. So we'll have that interview coming up in the back half. We'll do voicemails and top fives, like I said. But first, Barstool Nate, the dog, made some waves when he put up a blog on the site saying that, and I haven't read this yet, but I understand that his philosophy is that +1s to weddings should be extended to everybody, and then they should be able to bring whoever they want.
Yes, yeah, a +1 should not
everybody gets a +1, and it can be anybody you want.
I don't know if it's everyone gets a +1. I'm gonna crack this blog open right now.
There's two different layers to that. Do you get a +1, and then if you do, who can you bring?
I think it's that if you put a +1 down, you should not be beholden to take a significant other, right?
Okay.
Like, if you don't, not everyone can afford to dish out +1s, but if you're dishing out +1s, it shouldn't have to be someone I'm going to fuck that night, or probably realistically probably not fuck, because I'm going to get too drunk and we're going to get in a fight.
I never understood. I've never fucked anybody at a wedding. I've never had it be like a sex party, like a thing where you hook up. It's always been like, let's just get wasted and have a good time.
I've been to very few weddings. I've never had a +1.
But even beyond the +1, like which bridesmaid are you gonna hook up with, bro? Or it's just never. None of the weddings I ever went to were like that.
Yeah, no, me neither. I've never been to a fucking European sex party that doubled as vows being exchanged.
I always thought it was weird where it's like your grandma's right over there.
I was gonna say, do you know how many old people are here? That turns me off. That's like old people and love in the air. Two of my bigger turnoffs. I'm not fucking with that stuff going on.
We got like, grandma crying while she gives a speech. We got weird old guys dancing all over the place. Like, no, this is not the right scene.
Yeah,
Fuck
children love and old people. Not horny.
No,
not
thank
horny
you.
when those three things get in the mix.
Not turning me on. Nope, no sir, not here. Well, I can.
Plus, again, like the number one issue is open bars. If there's an open bar, I'm just not getting a hard dick that night. That's a fact. That's just what's happening.
That's a fact. There's a time and a place.
Honestly, it doesn't have to be an open bar. Like, if there's a bar there, I'm not getting a hard dick that night. Fuck it. If there's a jar of alcohol, if there's a fucking Gatorade bucket of alcohol filled with juice and plastic bottled vodka, not getting hard dick.
Not getting hard that night.
No.
There is a time and a place for a hard dick, and it is nowhere where there's alcohol to be found.
Yeah. If there are barley seeds there, I'm not getting a hard dick that night.
You could leave some fucking grapes out in the sun for a little bit. I'm not getting a dick hard.
That takes over my moves for the night. I'm like, oh, I could have sex for 5 minutes. Or I could
dance to shout.
I could have the next 6 hours having a blast. I'll take 6 hours over 5 minutes every fucking time. The people who don't do that, I think, are
crazy.
First of all, not alcoholics. Second of all, insane. Like, you're nuts.
If you be trusted.
You like, oh, I'm gonna drink responsibly. Fuck that. I'm gonna have a good time.
Listen, I have lived in my lifetime with both groups of guys. The guys who just want to have a good time and the guys who are just consumed with having sex with people. But fun guys, I'll take 100 times out of 100.
No.
It's the worst. When it's like, yo, you want another round? You want a shot? You want to do this? And they're like, nah, man. Like, I got to go talk to that girl. All right, fine, dick. Fine, fuck you.
You honestly want to tell me that's going to be a better conversation? You want to fucking invest 3 hours of your night for that, and then, like, again, okay, well, I'll give you 10 minutes. Sure, you'll give you 10 minutes. So you're putting in 3 hours and 10 minutes while I'm putting in fucking 6 to 12 hours of just killing life.
I got jokes. I got one-liners. I got references. I've got it all, dude. Hanging out with me is 100 times better than hanging out with some strange chick.
You're going home with a girl. I'm going home with a story. Guess who had a better night? Me.
Fact. Although when the story starts to get really repetitive, it's just like, well, the story kind of sucks too. Then. It's like, we were drinking and then I got some pizza.
Well, that's why you got to fucking do even crazier shit. Fucking buy some drugs off the bartender. See what happens.
Okay. We're really encouraging alcoholism and drug use today, huh? For all the children watching.
What's our next read? That all depends on what our next ad read is.
John, today we're brought to you by BetterHelp.
Bang!
Online therapy for people just like us. I mean, there could not be a better poster child for this fucking service than me and John Henry Feidelberg. We don't want to go anywhere. We don't want to wait in a waiting room. We don't want to have any awkward interactions. We don't want to have to bare our soul face to face. We don't have to tell all of our secrets to you in person. BetterHelp is online therapy where you can do video calls, you can do phone calls, you can even do texting if you want just text support, which honestly, that kind of sounds like the best. Just to have a text buddy to be like, nah, don't do that. And then you're like,
See,
well,
text support is good for some people. Text support wouldn't be good for me, but it is. It's very useful if you need it. If you're someone like you.
Yeah, I just need somebody to talk me off the edge. Nah, don't. It's the first thing you want to do. Like if you're nervous about therapy, there's still a stigma attached to it in your mind. If you're scared, whatever, you don't know the right doctor to go to, you can do it all over the computer. You can do it all in the comfort of your own home. Just open the computer, close the computer. It's all done. And I mean, I think unfortunately at this point in our lives, we've learned that as you get older and as you go through more shit, almost everybody needs somebody to talk to try to get through this thing called life. So why not try out BetterHelp right now? In addition to everything being convenient and easy, you get 10% off when you use betterhelp.com/KFC. That's BetterHelp.com/KFC. Millions of people are doing it. You'll get connected to a therapist in under 48 hours, and you can choose between the video, the phone, or even just texting. BetterHelp.com/KFC. I got something for you.
Okay.
I'll get back to the plus ones in a second. My therapist went on vacation. I don't think that should be allowed. I was like, well, wait a second. He was like, I'll see you on the 11th. I was like, the 11th? It's like the 23rd right now, dude. What's going on? I was like, you got to clear that with me.
Dude, mine is going on vacation this week too, in fact, which is an odd coincidence.
What the hell is that about? If I don't take a fucking break from the podcast, you don't get to take a break from the fucking therapying.
She was like, do you want to meet earlier? And I was like, because she's going on vacation tomorrow. And so she's like, we can meet Tuesday. I was like, well, I talked to you Friday. Let's not get crazy. let's not get nuts here. You know,
we're not that exclusive.
She's like, are you sure? I'm like, I think I'll be all right. We'll survive. I'll survive a week without you.
Famous last words. Famous last words. We met on Friday. I don't need you. Yeah, he jumped off a bridge on Monday.
Fuck, what was I gonna say? I had something else other that happened with that. I forget. Fuck, sorry.
But listen, the plus one thing. If you argue that everybody deserves a plus one, you've never even considered what it might like to be getting married. Because when you have to hand out like, I don't know, 80 fucking invitations to people you don't even know on her side and on your side for her and old people and coworkers and shit. It's like, oh my God, I'm paying for all of these fucking people I don't want. And now I got to let them bring someone I don't know. Fuck.
But if you're putting a plus one already, that's the difference.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. So there's two levels to it. One, I don't think everyone should get a plus one, although it becomes a dicey game where it's like, you know, when everybody gets a plus one and then there's like the one guy or girl who's always like a bachelor or bachelorette and she doesn't get a plus one. It's like, well, now they're kind of being an asshole. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, she's not going to bring anybody. You don't even need to give her one. It's like, oh, fuck. But then, all right, then the idea is if you do get a plus one, you can bring anybody, which I'm still, if I'm throwing this party, like you're going to bring what? Like Nate Dogg's going to show up with fucking Glenny balls
I've
got to pay for his plate.
He had Trent would be his number one pick.
Well, this is tough because Trent would be a delightful wedding guest. But to most people, they'd be like, I don't want to pay another fucking 100.
Here's what I don't get though, because you've said this just now, and you talked about how expensive weddings are. Like, what do you mean you're paying for people? Like you're just upfront because everyone pays you back, right? Be it in a gift or cash.
Well, you hope. I mean, I think sometimes, you know, if you're a fucking colossal asshole like I am, and you have a really goddamn expensive wedding, a lot of people don't get you fully back. Most people do. Most people come close. But the idea of like, I'm going to, you know, hey man, you want to come to my party? Think about it in just like regular terms of a party. I mean, I guess in some ways a regular party helps the cause. In other ways, maybe not. If I was just having a house party or whatever, and you were like, yo, can I just bring my friends so I don't have to come alone? I'd be like, yeah, sure. But if I'm like buying a spot for you to come to some event and you were like, yo, can you like, hey, can you get a ticket to like the game for my friend as well? I'd be like, no, I don't fucking want to do that.
Yeah, but I'd pay for his ticket and I'd pay for my plus one's plate.
Yeah, I guess that's what it needs to come down to is like there just should be universal rule and law that you always cover your own costs and I guess thereby your plus one of the wedding. But, you know, I guess it gets dicey where it's like, if you don't have enough money or you don't know what the cost is, or you usually pay less, whatever, you know, I mean, I've learned that these things are regional. I love Trent, God bless him. But these Midwest people would show up to my wedding and be like, here's a fucking blender. And I'd be like, great, dude, you cost me $250 tonight. I don't need this fucking blender. So, you know,
I mean, yeah, I don't have enough experience in weddings. I do. To me, this is a no brainer. Like if I have a plus one, and by the way, I wouldn't take a friend, but I should have the option. I was
going to say, would you? Yeah, I think though, the mere fact that you know you wouldn't bring a friend means you know that it's kind of inherently stupid.
Yeah, that's true. I would take someone. I would take a girl just so it's, I don't know, because I'm fucking a traditionalist.
Yes,
But
if you want to bring a girl that you're not dating, and maybe I'm not even going to be like, yo, bro, you better fuck that girl if you're bringing to my wedding. But it's like, I don't know. There's just a little bit of traditional to it. If, Balls and Nate show up and they're just broing out at the wedding. Although, again, I don't know. Like I said, these are the people who have like great times. This is when your wedding becomes a great time. That's when Nana's going, who was that guy who was yelling 5 balls? He was a great time. Who was that guy singing Piano Man at the end of the night? Maybe that's the person you do want invited to your wedding.
Who at Barstool would you take if you were forced to take a wingman? Great
Question. I mean, my answer for all these things are my 2 favorite people, and it's usually Trent or Robbie. You know what I could see being a good time? I could see Clem being fun at a wedding.
Clem, yeah.
Clem would be a good, wholesome, fun time at the wedding. Who would you not bring?
Well, there's a fucking fire starter.
There's the better question.
Okay, first one, and I love this man, Roan, because Roan was my first one that popped in my head as a wingman, and I was like, oh no, fuck that. Everyone just love him and just ignore me.
I was gonna say he's way too much of a superstar.
Right.
That's gonna be like, if you're looking to get any attention that night, it's out the window.
Right. Roan would get all the attention. All the girls would be like, who's that? And he'd fucking probably grab a mic and start
freestyling at the end of the night at the bar after the party. Yeah.
I did. I don't fucking
I
didn't come here for a competition. I came here to fucking have a good time. God, that's a tough one. That one came to mind just because it was so quickly like, oh, first pick who I should take, Roan. And then the other voice in my head went, what are you, an idiot?
Ironically here, Nate.
Nate, you want to take?
Hell no. Hell no. I hate Nate. You know that. I don't want him to sit with me all night. He'd end up just gossiping about Barstool all night with me. I'm like, bro, just trying to dance to shout. I don't care about your page views.
He gossip about Barstool, or he would just like motherfuck the entire wedding.
Yes.
Like, he'd be like, wow, this is cheap.
He'd be like booing the speeches and shit. Wrap it up. Which again, maybe is the reason I should bring him. Maybe these are what weddings we need more of at weddings. Who knows? That's good though. Your best and worst Barstool Sports +1s to a wedding. What an event. What a question.
I think PFT would be a great one to bring because one, people don't recognize him without his glasses. It's crazy. It's insane.
It's Clark Kent type shit.
Yeah, and like people just like nuts. If he doesn't have his glasses on, he doesn't get recognized.
If he puts his hair up or some shit and glasses off, it's like, this is my friend.
Yeah.
Steve. Nobody would question.
I've never had a bad time drinking with PFT, so he'd be up there. Cons, I think, would be a good wedding guest. I think because he would do all the shit you don't want to do. Like Cons would be like you'd be a good one because you'd be actually I don't know if you would. I think you do it professionally. I don't know if you do it personally. Like Cons would be a host at the dinner table.
Yeah.
Where, I could be second mic, and that's
you know what it is. You know what it is about Cons. Did this with him the other day. I got a beer with him. It's just every goddamn time he pulls a koozie out of his pocket, I just want to shoot him with a gun. I want to take out the same way he pulls it out and he slides his beer in. I'm just gonna pull out a gun and I'm gonna shoot him in his fucking face one day. It's ridiculous.
It is,
fucking koozie,
dude. If you think about all right. Fucking spectacles, testicles, wallet, watch.
Right.
I have a tin in the notebook. I have a tin notebook, wallet, phone. So I just hit all.
Everybody's getting
keys.
Mask, full wallet, keys, mask, and then he's always like, koozie.
Hang on, I gotta get my koozie too. Cause I just start carrying a goddamn purse with all the stuff we need now. Like fucking A.
Don't encourage him.
And it'd be Army too.
Do not. He'll be walking around being like, it's called a Dolce & Gabbana man bag, not a purse. Nah, he would be good. Cons would be good in a Wedding Crashers type situation with like the bougie people. If like Vince Vaughn if Owen Wilson needed to bring along someone else instead of Vince Vaughn, you bring Captain Cons with his boat shoes and his fucking sweaters and shit like that. He'd fit right in.
Yeah, he'd get kicked out of the wedding for violating White Boy Summer.
Chet, we ran down the official checklist of Chet Hanks's rules for White Boy Summer on Friday Night Pints, and we realized that he was just describing Captain Cons. It's in its entirety. He is completely not allowed to indulge in White Boy Summer, which is pretty funny considering he's the absolute biggest white boy.
He is white
in
boy
the fucking world.
Yeah, he should be the poster child of it. Never mind. He should be the poster child of it, and in actuality, he's kicked out of the group.
Well, I'm sure some people are thinking about their who they bring to the wedding from Barstool so they could get laid or hook up or whatever. The best weddings are the ones that you actually dance at, you drink at, you party at, and you wake up in the morning with a absolute crippling hangover and you reach for the nearest bottle of water. So today we're doing top 5 best waters. Now it can be, I'm assuming it can be brand. Can it also be, situational in a way? Or are we doing just brands here?
Just brands, I think.
Okay.
It depends on what you mean by situational.
Okay. Well, I'll explain in a second. And it's brought to you today, rather fittingly, by Miller Lite. Now, I love my Miller Lites. And sometimes you indulge and you have several of them and you need some water in the morning. But what's great about Miller Lite is that drinkability. It's not too heavy. It's not too much. You're not reaching for water. When everyone's like mixing a water, get out of here. I got my Miller Lites. They're the best taste, less filling. That's all I need to enjoy myself and have a good time when I'm putting back my beers. I went out, like I said, with Cons the other day, and he babbled on and on about the Army and West Point. I looked at his koozies, just ridiculous. But I just said, keep the Miller Lites coming. We enjoyed ourselves, and it makes any situation more enjoyable, more fun. If you're drinking at your wedding, make sure you have it stocked with Miller Lite. The bar, the keg, whatever it may be, make sure that there's Miller Lite at your biggest party. Make sure that the night you're always going to remember forever, you have Miller Lite by your side because it's the best beer in the game right now. It's brewed in Milwaukee, Wisconsin at the Miller Brewing Company, so you know it's the real deal. And it's only 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces. So you're not going to put on those pounds when you're out there drinking. So make sure you celebrate responsibly and head over to MillerLite.com/KFC to find the delivery options near you. You can get it sent right to your door. So if you're still on any sort of lockdown, if you don't want to go to the bar, if you don't want to go to the grocery store, whatever, you can get Miller Lite sent right to your door by going to MillerLite.com/KFC to find the delivery options near you. It's Miller time, baby. Top 5 waters. What I was going to say.
I'm going to run your show in this, just so you know.
You are?
Yeah.
Because I fucking hate water.
I mean, I could as a water sommelier, I could fucking crush. I'm good. You're going to pick something stupid top 3. I already know it. You're going to pick something top 3 that's going to make me laugh in your face.
Well, let me start.
I'll give you first pick. Boom, yours.
Body Armor water.
Okay.
Delicious.
Very good water.
Flows perfect. It's clean. It's clear. No taste to it. No extra. No minerals. No weirdness. It's just crisp, clear water that we always drink here at Barstool Sports.
And I'll say this about the Body Armor. Not a lot of waters have this. It's got kind of the Gatorade mouth.
I was going to say the wide bottle is
wide
good
mouth.
for drinking.
Yeah, you can.
I have to get a water right now.
You can dump these down your gullet real fucking fast. Like, I mean, I one touch Body Armors regularly because of how easy. First of all, how delicious it is. Second of all, how easy it is to just fucking slam them. Which leads me to my number 1, which I don't know why it leads me to it because it doesn't have a wide mouth. But my number 1's a Smart Water. I love me a Smart Water. It shows the importance of a name. It's first of all, it's a delicious water, but the importance of a name. Like I just feel smarter drinking Smart Water.
You are such a goddamn idiot.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy you said pour it down your gullet because that's what you are. You're a fucking pelican. You're a goddamn pelican.
Basically, everything I drink, everything I consume, I'm one touch. I chug everything. I don't have the time to sip and enjoy.
No,
I chug everything.
You're a busy man.
Yeah.
You've got stuff to do.
I'm like, I drink water like JFK fucked. Just real fast.
Is that true? Is that how JFK fucked?
I heard that JFK was famously a premature ejaculator. And
really?
He said it was.
See, I think that's a busy man.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he was premature at all. I think he was exactly the right maturity. I think he was like, I gotta go fucking fight the Cubans. I can't be putting in a good performance right now.
I don't have much time left on this earth.
Maryland, Jesus Christ. JFK.
I got a parade in Dallas I need to be at in a second.
It's like, yeah, like, okay. We're gonna put a top down. It's gonna be great. You kidding me? No, it's like, listen, yeah, I only lasted 2 minutes with you, but there was there was 15 other girls that day. Add it all up. That's a great performance.
Right.
I had sex for half an hour. What's the problem? All right. So what I wanted to say, and I don't care if you're going to try to veto this, fuck you. Because this, to this day, it's still the greatest water I've ever drank, is summertime from a goddamn hose.
Okay, that's a fair.
Okay.
Answer. Yeah.
So we can do that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So summer water, summer hose water, it tastes like pennies. It's got, I don't know what's in it. I don't know what kind of sludge that hose is kicking up. But like when you're running around, you're playing like running bases, you're playing whatever, you're playing wiffle ball, whatever it is when you're still active when you're a kid, jumping on a goddamn trampoline or some shit, and you're dying of thirst, and someone's just got that hose and ice cold. You drink it like a dog, out like lapping it up, and that penny's taste is one of a kind. Hose water.
I've never had someone sell me on the deliciousness of a beverage by explaining how much it tastes like
It's
metal.
like, I can't explain it. If you gave me a cup of that, I'd be like, this is disgusting. This tastes like a penny. When I'm drinking the hose water, I'm like, pennies.
It's like, you got to have this new drink. It tastes just like currency.
you know, pennies. You guys know those. They're obsolete, right? They're just dirty little piece of metal we pass around for no reason. Tastes like that.
Okay, my number 2. Again, I think we're going with the importance of a name, but also it's a delicious water. Cool packaging. Voss.
Yeah. He's gonna be mine.
Yeah, Voss is boss.
Voss is, $12 a bottle, and it's worth every penny because you look and you feel like classy drinking it.
It's I don't know what it is about it, because it is kind of a an inconveniently sized bottle. Like, it doesn't really fit in cup holders. You can't really pop it in a pocket.
And then the bottle top gives you the illusion that it's going to be wide mouth, but it's not. It's skinny
mouth. Yeah,
terrible. Maybe I don't like Voss. All I do know is that there's a reason why it's served at like clubs and bottles and shit like that. It's like, this is the classy water, and
because great marketing.
And whether or not you could even be like, man, fuck that. Like, it's just water. But you see someone drinking Voss, you just know. He can spend $9 a bottle on water. It just is what it is. I will go.
I'm living homelessly, but I exclusively drink Voss.
I'm water rich, baby. Water rich. Look at my Voss. I'll gladly take this value with my third pick, Poland Spring.
Good pick. Good pick.
No fucking kidding, John. No goddamn kidding. It's from a fucking delicious spring in Maine. You know when they say that? What does that mean?
What do you mean?
When they say that it's from a spring up in, wherever. Probably not, right? It's probably from like a factory in Jersey City or something.
No, you can't lie about that kind of stuff.
Oh, I'm sure you can.
No way.
I'm almost willing to bet you that like 90% of that water is not coming from a spring in Maine.
I think 100% of it is.
What does that mean, John?
I mean, what do you mean? What does it mean?
So, is there a factory up in Maine?
Yeah, there's a factory there, of course.
So there's this one brook that we're just bottling all our water from.
Yeah,
Poland Spring.
A nice babbling brook, of course.
And it goes all over. No fucking shot. You live in goddamn Sacramento. You're drinking water that came from a brook in Maine. No shot. No
I don't
way.
understand why this is so unbelievable.
Because that's just preposterous. It's just not cost effective to have like one fucking place in a little brook in Maine and send it all over the world. I don't believe it.
I mean, yeah, I guess you're raising a solid point there where
that's where it started, okay? And also another thing,
isn't their thing bottled at the source?
Yeah,
you can't have your fucking tagline bottled at the source and you're out scooping water from the marsh in Jersey City.
You see some little like fine print asterisk, like some bottles are bottled from the source.
I choose to believe in something, and all Poland Spring comes from Maine.
Okay, all right, I'm down to believe. I also, when you find like, I mean, what am I talking about? I don't find these things. I don't go on a hike and find these things. But like, if you find like a really freshwater fucking, I don't know, again, babbling brook, like, isn't that shit dirty?
I would guess, yeah. Well, yeah, it's got to be treated. They're not out back, Kevin, just sticking bottles into the water.
This is my point. It's dirty there. It's dirty here. It's dirty everywhere. So they just got to clean it. So they're bottling it all over the place and just sending it out.
Nah, there's something special about that runoff from the mountain.
I mean, I'd like to think that. I'd like to think that it's just delicious like snow melting right into a bottle.
That's what it is.
All right. All right. Choose to believe.
All right, my number 3, Essentia. Love a good Essentia. Looks a lot like body armor.
Don't even know what that is.
If you saw it, you would. It does. It's a black and red. It strangely looks like body armor. It's almost like they're trying to steal the body armor.
Well, then fuck them.
Okay, fine. Okay, fine. I'm changing my answer then. Aquapana.
Aquapana.
Yeah. ACQUAPAN.
I'm looking at it for the first time in my whole goddamn life.
It's a nice glass bottle. Yeah. This is something that they'll have on tablecloth restaurants. You come in there, they'll pop a full bottle down for you.
Oh, I'm looking at Essentia now too. I've seen that. Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah.
Okay. We're boycotting Essentia because of their attempt to steal body armor's look. But yeah, we'll do Aquapanda on there. If you go to like a nice restaurant with tablecloths, the kind of restaurant that comes up after the meal with like that fucking thing where they scrape all the crumbs off your table.
Yeah, I love those things.
They'll hit you with a bottle of Aquapanda. I was eating dinner at a restaurant Friday night. I was at Union Square Cafe, and they're a tablecloth restaurant that comes up to you and does that scrape the thing. Waitress just tells me, "Oh, you're the messy one." I was like, what the fuck? That was unnecessary comment.
That was unnecessary. Just scrub away the crumbs, lady.
Yeah, like what the fuck?
Scoop the crumbs and walk.
And look, she was right. I mean, yeah, I made a mess. I dropped my fork at one point. The fork landed on the fucking tablecloth. Fucking got some red pasta sauce everywhere. Yeah, I was the messy one. You're right. We all knew. We all heard it. We all saw it. We didn't need to be addressed by the waitress.
You drop a saucy fork, it's like a blood spatter. I mean, that shit goes everywhere. They're like, oh, yep, it was this guy. He dropped a fork at a 45-degree angle over here. He's the messy drunk one. Yeah, you're like the little kid they bring. If I owned a restaurant, I saw you coming, I would lay out newspapers on the ground, John. I know where this is going. French fries are going to end up everywhere.
Being a messy eater or drinker is like the number one thing I picked up genetically from my father. Like it is impossible for either of us or my brother to eat a meal without getting it on at least something we're wearing. It's insane. It's insane, Kevin. Like 10 out of 10 times. Oh my God, are you kidding me? He'll come like during the pandemic, he would come home for lunch all the time.
Yep.
Motherfucker had to like change clothes. Like he'd take off his work clothes to eat. And then get redressed because he knew it was going to get on.
Well, that's why whoever made the work tie is crazy. When you're trying to have a nice meal and you're wearing a suit, it's crazy. You drop your tie's in your soup, it's in your salad, it's hanging and dangling, swanging around. What is the point of this?
I do not know the idea of a tie. I do think it's kind of gone the way of the dodo. I don't see too many ties anymore. I think that was something that was already in play pre-pandemic, and I think kind of the pandemic really showed at the door. Yeah, we're not. I mean, of course, you got guys at Goldman who they're gonna be wearing ties until they fucking die. Sure. But I think most regular office jobs, you're not tied up anymore.
But what about like a wedding now? It's like if you got a formal thing to go to, you're not gonna rock a tie.
Oh fuck yeah, I would. Yeah, but that's because like for us, like I wear sweatshirts every day.
Right, you want to dress up. Ominous music, go get it.
Yeah. But so like I relish the opportunity for a dress up because guess what? The fucking nicest thing I ever did for the fucking male homo sapiens of the world is I went into a career where I don't wear a suit every day because I wear the fuck out of suits, and your girl would be fucking my girl if I had to wear a suit every day.
Well, look at this. Mr. Self-confidence. Maybe you would be thinking about fucking killing yourself if you wore suits more often. Maybe you wouldn't be having suicidal ideations if you put a fucking three-piece on.
It is like that's the thing I'm the most confident about, and it's the most factual thing I'll say. I
do wear a good suit.
Rush suits.
You do wear a good suit, and we'll give you that. All right, back to the draft. I'm going to put on for New York. This pick is for my people, my Glenny Balls people out on Long Island. Deer Park. Deer Park water. You can't get another sip of water on Long Island unless it's fucking Deer Park. I think it's like when they say like it must be something in the water here. I think it's in the Deer Park. I think that they are like poisoning Deer Park water to make everyone turn into like a Long Island asshole.
I didn't know Deer Park was
theory.
New York. I've heard of Deer Park, obviously, but I didn't know it was New York.
Oh, yeah. Big time New York spots. So anything around here.
Where is it bottled?
Huh?
Where is it bottled? Jersey City?
I think it's called Deer Park, New York.
Yeah, you've probably just seen this fucking thing. And you're like, nah, that's Poland Spring. That's why you think it's fucking bottled here.
Well, that is the thing. Deer Park tastes a lot like Poland Spring. I'm like, this is Poland Spring, Long Island. That's what this is. But Deer Park, like Long Island represent. 4th pick.
All right, my number 4 is simple. I'm an easy selling man. Tap water, sink. I
think that was really loud.
I am just. What are you talking about? You picked hose.
I know. Yeah.
I think that the sink is the most underrated water. I think it is. It's just the most easily accessible. Like Brita water. No fucking thank you. I don't want to have to worry about filling that thing up all the time. I'll take some nice room temp water. That fucking is a little cloudy when it first gets in my glass. And I gotta wait for the sediment to settle, but it just saves me time. That's what I'm all about. I am. It's just easier. I'm a man who's sold by ease. That's easy.
John, you have to trade me that pick. What do you want for it?
What? Why?
You have to trade me tap water.
How do I have to trade you tap water?
Do you know how many times I have run around talking about the tap water of New York City?
Oh God, I say it all the time too. I think there's probably one study done in '85 where it's like, that's just what we've held on to. I say all the time, I'm like, it's the world's best tap water. Everyone knows that.
Everyone knows that, and that's why it makes the bagels, it makes the pizza. It's delicious. You can drink it straight from the tap. God, I should.
How about this? I'm gonna one up you. I'm gonna get more specific. Tap water from the bathroom.
Yeah, from the bathroom. Yes.
From the bathroom.
Here's what I do. When I get out of the shower, I turn the sink on all the way cold, and I just let it run for a while I'm drying off, so that it's fucking freezing cold when I'm brushing my teeth. And then when I rinse everything out, I just sit there and I just guzzle from the tap for a good 25 seconds. And that water, it comes out all bubbly.
Peloton?
Yeah, I know my handfuls going. I love a good bathroom tap suck session. Man. That's where it's at.
Dude, there was a time, this is probably the start of quarantine as well, when I was still living in my old apartment in New York, where I went days without ever going to the kitchen because the bathroom was the first stop. The bathroom sink was much closer than the kitchen sink, and I was ordering food every meal.
Right there. And
it was just like, so I no need to go to the kitchen. I'd throw the trash out in the hallway when I was done, like when I was done with the ordered food, and I would just fill my glass up at the bathroom sink.
My last pick. I got one. I got to go one. The good water fountain at school.
Oh,
okay. The good water fountain that has good pressure, freezing cold.
You call it the water fountain? What an asshole.
Well, you call it a bubbler, some fucking, you got to realize you are a dumb cocksucker. You call it a bubbler.
Why?
There's 15 people in the whole world, dickhead. It's only Rhode Island, and that's it.
Yeah. There's more than 50.
There's 17 people in Long Island, dude.
Mass too. I think a good amount of Massachusetts does it too.
Oh, well, then we almost do it. Then it's a really good case. Fucking bubbler.
Hey, Massachusetts invented America, Kevin.
Yeah. Well, along the way,
saying you hate the 50 states.
What? Bubbler. I mean, it does bubble up water. I guess so. If you want to be a fucking meathead about it. Look, the water's bubbling. Drink from the bubbler. The fucking water fountain. But the good one, not one of those bad ones where, again, you got to put your mouth on it and suck from it. One of the good ones that's stainless steel, has a good button to push down. None of those little levers you turn. Those are never good. Kind of a button, and it's got to be and then preferably it's got that thing next to it that you spit into. That thing is so weird.
You spit into?
Yeah, you know that thing that it's the same thing as the water. It's a water fountain when it's in the wall, and then next to it is just a thing that has a little shower spritzing out.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm pretty sure it's made for Wait, it's two different water fountains. One you drink from. One has this circle in the middle.
Bro, you've been drinking the toilet. You're talking about a bidet.
I was gonna say it's a bidet for a water fountain. It's an accompanying piece of plumbing for a water fountain. Has a little round circle flush against the wall, and that just kind of like cascades water out of it, like against the back of it.
Does anyone else know what he's talking about? No, but the two faces in this room right now are disgusted with you.
Bro, I mean, I don't know if this is an older thing or a New York thing or what, but usually these are fountains like that were like in a locker room or like a basketball court or something where I think people are like, I really don't know what they're for. I used to spit in them.
Yeah, like I definitely don't think they were like, we gotta build a spit bucket for everybody.
I don't think so either, but I used to spit in them for sure.
Like you'd spit water in them, or you just spit in them?
A little bit of both. A little bit of both.
Kevin is walking through the hallways, be like, so convenient they added a spittoon in the wall.
Yeah, I mean, why else was it there though?
I don't know what it is.
I was talking about. I know. I wish you knew what I was talking about. Hang on, let me see. Water fountain. I'm gonna say spit thing.
Google's like, yeah, we got nothing.
Nothing, man. Nothing.
In 0.2 seconds, we returned 0 results because water fountain spit thing isn't a thing.
Water fountain. I would not even know what to call it. Like next.
This is. I'm very happy that this is going the way it's going because it's just not a thing.
I mean, here's the thing. It's for sure a thing. Like, it's not even like, oh, there was one school, like one that I've seen. I've seen hundreds of these things. So I don't know what it is.
Sounds a lot dumber. Sounds a lot dumber than calling something a bubbler. I'll tell you that much right now.
Does it, John? You walk around spitting into your water bottles.
Yeah, I know.
Wouldn't it be nice to have a little fucking bidet? You walk by.
No, very inconvenient. I need my water bottle right here. Okay, my number 5 is going to be. This is a hard one because there are some good ones, some traditionally good ones still on the board.
Yeah,
Fiji, garbage. Evian, garbage. There are two. I remember Demi Moore. There was a rumor that Demi Moore, she was one married to Bruce Willis, right? And Ashton Kutcher. Yeah, there was a rumor that she had like a water tank filled with Evian water, and that's just like she just showered in that. And I was like, yeah, it's probably cheaper than the fucking water from this town because Evian water sucks so fucking bad.
Evian is, but the thing is, Evian water is different. It's mineral water, which actually has minerals in it and makes it taste disgusting. But people drink it for like beneficial reasons. But Nick just tried to send me like an example, like. Could not be more off. This thing that I have is this is like so you can fill up your water bottle with it. This is some stainless steel. Drink your water over here.
Oh, I know that thing. I know the water bottle thing.
Yeah. No. This is way like before that. Somebody's gonna know, and I'm gonna be vindicated. But yeah, Evian and Fiji with their extra fucking minerals and sediments and shit. No, kick rocks.
This is a tough one because they are. Like my first 4 are like, those are the only 4 waters I drink. So it's getting a little difficult here. God damn, this is hard because I might have to go back to Essentia because Essentia is good. I do drink Essentia. So
wait, how about this? Are you an asshole when you go to a restaurant and they say,
oh, I know what it is. Life water.
Life water.
Yeah.
Ooh. I don't even think I know that one.
It's bottled, like it's got kind of cool art on the bottle. And it's LFEWTR. It says it's like I actually just assume that stands for Life Water. I really don't
get
know.
rid of the vowels. Has art and graffiti and brands proved more that vowels are just totally useless?
Yeah.
I mean, vowels. What are you good for?
But I'm also over it.
Yeah, me too. It's done to death. But it's like
also just so we're clear, we're not idiots. E is a vowel.
Yeah. I know that, but
I just didn't want people to start tweeting thinking. I didn't want people who have listened to the show for 10 years to start thinking we're dumb or something.
No, never. Everybody who listens to this show knows that we're well versed and smart. You know, we got water fountain spit holes. You know what I will say? I'm going to speak up on behalf of a bottle of water, which would undoubtedly be the last pick in like if there were 500 picks to go, and that's Dasani. It's just not that different.
Dasani is look.
It's just not
in a pinch. If I was in the desert, sure, I'd drink it. But you won't.
It's
catch
not my
me.
first pick, but I think that's only because of I don't know. I think that's fabricated. I bet you do a blind taste test. You wouldn't pick out Dasani as like the gross water.
I think I would. I think I could
Well,
spot
guess what we're doing?
Yeah.
Line it up, Nick. Mr. Fucking pour it down my gullet is gonna do a water taste test to see if he can pick out Dasani. When Dasani was left during the pandemic, motherfuckers were like, I'll just take my chance with fucking dying of thirst, then drink Dasani. It's a bit much.
Yeah.
It's bottled by Coca-Cola. They know what they're fucking doing. Okay?
Well, that's the problem.
That's what I mean. It's all made up.
Can't trust a soda company bottling waters. Can't do it. Got to leave it to the professionals.
Oh yeah, you know what? Coca-Cola doing beverages? Nope, no way. Are you kidding me?
Leave it to
That's
the
probably
folks
best
up
water
in Maine who know what they're doing. Okay.
Yeah, I want my lumberjacks just scooping up buckets from the bubbling brook. I don't want Coca-Cola involved in it. All right, so tweet at us at KFC Radio your top 5 waters. That means brands or places you can drink it. I also think an honorable mention for me would be I think Poland Spring from like the big bottles is different, like a dispenser, like a office water thing. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Those are good. If
yeah.
you get them in the little triangle cups that are just a shot of water, but they're better.
There you
than that.
go. A
They're
little
better
Dixie
than that.
cup at the dentist.
Yeah.
The post, teeth, the post teeth cleaning water, that kind of stuff. So yeah, there's some good ones left on the board. Tweet at us and let us know. And for
Breaking Jets news.
Nick has breaking Jets news.
Sam Darnold has been traded to the Carolina Panthers for a 6th-round pick in 2021 and 4th-round picks in 2022.
yeah, that does not feel good for Sam Darnold. I'll tell you what,
Bro, how fucking what? 3 years in the league? 2 years in the league?
No, he's on his last rookie year. So this will be his 4th year, I think.
So he's been in the league 3 years.
Yes.
And he was number 2 overall pick.
Yes.
The number 2 overall pick 3 years later. And I don't watch enough. I don't watch enough Jets to really know.
You know what? I can finally just say it. I'm done now. Like my watch has ended. I don't have to play this half in, half out game anymore. He was the worst statistical quarterback every single year.
Was he really? I didn't watch like a ton of Jets football unless they were playing the Pats.
He is
the
worst statistical quarterback since he came in the league. By many, many measures.
I remember just watching games and being like, I don't think he's the problem. He's not carrying teams, but I'm like, he's not playing so awful.
But then there were times, the IC ghosts and shit.
That was just fucked up. That was
fucked up.
That was fucked up for like I think it was on ESPN, right? For ESPN to run that. That was.
I think they ruined his career with that.
Yeah.
I don't think there was any bouncing back after that. There was when you analyze the Sam Darnold era, there is no way he takes all the blame. But then the pendulum swung the other way, where it was like he gets none of the blame. And I used to say this shit about like Carmelo with the Knicks. He's another guy. It was never his fault. When your team around you is really bad and you are a superstar, especially at quarterback or especially in the NBA, you got to get me like I always said about Carmelo, get me to like the 8 seed. I'm not saying you got to win a fucking title by yourself. You gotta go like, be like, I can carry this team halfway. Sam Darnold.
But I don't think anyone had the expectations they had for Carmelo, for Sam, right? Like that's a different bar to live up to.
For sure, but I'm just saying there are 2 players that got that treatment of like it's not at all their fault, and it's like if you drop like a dynamic quarterback in even look at what like Baker Mayfield did with the Browns in a couple of years, and I know he has other players like so it's very hard to like compare, but when you are gunning for when your fan base is cheering for defeated seasons, when you're trying to go winless in a year where you're probably supposed to be taking a step forward, I think we can all say like, yeah, this experiment wasn't working. Now he might go off and under like better management, better coaching, and with where's he going, to Carolina? You said
Carolina,
yeah. Robbie Anderson was the guy he connected with anyway. Maybe he'll be great. Hopefully he'll be great. I feel like change of scenery is like sometimes this like the perfect example of how a change of scenery would work. But I also have no problem with the Jets being like, have you shown us enough to not take, one of these guys, not trade for one of these guys, whatever. There seems to be a lot of options right now. But guess what, John? Doesn't matter. None of this matters. None of this matters. It'll be Zach Wilson and we'll suck forever. It doesn't matter. It truly
Has
Truly.
there ever been a Mormon? I assume Zach's a Mormon quarterback or a Mormon athlete who came into New York and thrived? I feel like that's a hard spot to be in.
You're goddamn right, man. I mean,
Like where'd Zach Wilson go for his Rumspringer? Nope, that's Amish. Same thing though.
same shit. Mormon, Amish, you know. I mean, I would be inclined to maybe like him because of that, but he's just not going to be good because it's just how it's going to go. It was Trevor Lawrence or bust. I said it 1,000 times. We had a chance. We blew the next 15 years. That's it.
That's
over.
crazy.
It's over. And Sam Darnold, like, it sucks because like he was cool, and you know we were at Rough and Rowdy, and we like had talked for a little bit. And I think if he was good, he would have been like a Barstool guy, and they would have been like a Barstool team. But with that much struggle from the team, it's like you can't really be like clowning around with us and stuff.
Right.
So I hope he gets out of there and like goes and has like a good time with the media, and like I'm sure Carolina's a lot easier. And fuck it. But man, when you're number 2 pick and then you're moving on your rookie contract for a 6th and a 4th,
That's tough. I'd be like, just cut me. I'd rather just get cut.
Yeah, right. For real.
It's like I think we've had this argument before. I've said this before. We're like, I'd rather get a 0 than a 50.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
like a 0 is just like, I didn't even try. I didn't
Yes.
do this. 50
Yeah.
is like, dude, you really came out here and gave it your best effort, and boy, is that not
Yeah.
good.
If you cut him, it's like you haven't assigned his worth yet, you know? So maybe somebody's going to go scoop in and give him a huge contract. But now the world is like, oh, okay. Sam Darnold's worth a 6th round pick.
A 6 and a 4 next year.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah. So, but I'm sure he's thrilled. Get the fuck out of here. You like get Adam Gase and the Jets in your rear view as far as humanly possible. And I wonder, I mean, I don't know if that means draft or trade, but obviously there's no more like, should they stick with him? Should they keep, both guys and have a quarterback competition? Obviously we know where this is going. It's just a matter of whether it's draft or like a big blockbuster trade. If Deshaun Watson stops like showing his asshole to people, maybe
He was showing
that could happen.
asshole?
I'm sure he was. Wasn't he like asking for fucking? Was he looking to get his like ass rubbed? Wasn't that the whole thing?
Was that? I really haven't read much on Deshaun Watson. I do know that if all these allegations prove to be true, which at this point I think at least some of them definitely are. It's one of those situations with things like this. You always like run up on a number. You're like, well, what's the number where you start believing, right? Like one or two. Like you're like, well, maybe. I think we're up to 20 now. Like, okay, well, at least some of them are real.
And now the defense is releasing other masseuses who are coming out saying he was totally fine with me. But it's also like, I mean, how many fucking masseuses does this guy have?
Yeah.
Don't you have like one? Shouldn't you have like the team and that's it? I mean, it's crazy how much this dude's getting fucking rubbed down.
It's also like just not a defense, I don't think. Like
no, it's like sometimes he wasn't a total
he
fucking
didn't assault
sociopath.
me. Okay.
Right.
You have like JJ Watt go up there next. Like, you didn't assault me.
He never raped me.
Okay. What does that have to do with anything? But if this stands to be true, which again, it definitely looks to be at least some fire. Deshaun Watson trying to get out of Houston is an all-time backfire.
Yeah,
big time. All-time backfire.
Yeah.
Because
he was like, I want out, and they were like, good luck, buddy.
This lawyer is like a friend of Bob McNair's.
Right.
So like, I mean, it's dirty pool for sure for Bob McNair to kind of get this going. But like, you could have just been content on a shitty football team and making. I mean,
millions of dollars.
He's on like a $multi-$100 million deal, right?
I think so. Yeah,
I think he signed one last year.
Yeah.
So like, or maybe 2 years ago, whatever it was. But
I mean, it really is like it's the definition of don't rock the boat. You know, especially like if you got some like skeletons. It's like you're gonna swear these guys off and be like, I'm done with you. And I'm like, okay.
It's also fucking bizarre to be a professional athlete getting masseuses on Instagram.
Is that what he was doing?
Yeah, he's picking up like an Instagram.
That's what I mean. This is all weird. I feel like you do it like much more legit when you're a pro athlete. That seems very, very strange.
You get fucking legit masseuses, not fucking
like sports technicians.
Right. People show up with kinetic tape.
Yeah. That's what I mean. A lot of it just seems to be like way too bizarre. Let me ask you this. It's a depressing question, but if this happens in season, do you think it's a big deal? Or do you think like Deshaun Watson was able to just go out and like ball out? It would just be like, I don't know. There's something going on over there.
Nah, I think it'd be a big deal still.
You think so?
Yeah, because I think the better he played, the more people would make a stink that he's playing.
Yeah. That's true.
So like, what's he even doing on the field right now? He's facing these serious allegations, blah, blah, blah.
Right. It'd probably be even worse because he would have to maybe like not play a game or something like that.
Right. And then he'd have to be asked about it every day. Like someone's going to ask about it every press conference.
Yeah.
Right. At least now he's not.
And I'm stunned. Like the way that the world should have worked, usually works, is that the Jets would have traded for him. Then this would come out. And then it would be a Jets problem for the rest of his entire career with the New York media asking about it. But I wouldn't put it out of their reach to like still go get him. I mean, can you go trade for Deshaun Watson? I think I talked about this with Tom Segura on when I did Tom Talks. Like, there's gonna be a team who's like, I don't fucking care, right?
Oh, without a doubt,
right? Yeah.
It's the just win, baby. It's fucking
yeah.
It's a no brainer that someone will do it. He's very, very good. He also, I believe. I'm not going to say what he's accused of doing because I actually don't know specifically, but being not a great guy.
Weird shit with a lot of other people.
Yeah.
Let's do some Johnny Notebook before we get into our voicemails. Perfectly brought to you by HelloFresh. If there's two things in this world when I think of John Feidelberg, I think of that little black book of horrors, and I think of him eating HelloFresh. I think of him writing down in that little black book of horrors while eating HelloFresh.
I sure do.
They go hand in hand.
I sure do. And you know what also is awesome with HelloFresh? They're my alarm clock in the morning. HelloFresh gets delivered Monday mornings. Well, it's typically Monday mornings. It gets delivered on Mondays for me, but typically they show up Monday mornings, 8:30 a.m.
Wow.
Time to get up. HelloFresh is here.
Wow, look at that. And then like Monday through Friday, this kid, he's eating like tilapia and he's eating like branzino and he's eating some crusted chicken and some steak and this type of tacos and this type of ethnic food. I mean, the kid is always eating something fresh.
Okay, so here we go. This week we got, oh boy, hot hoisin glazed pork tenderloin, spicy tenderloin, balsamic fig chicken, and sweet and smoky pork tenderloin. I'm on a big pork tenderloin kick apparently. Very, very exciting stuff. I can't tell you how much I enjoy cooking with HelloFresh. I'm not even fucking kidding.
It's actually the one thing that you truly, genuinely like in this world, I think.
I mean, it's just it's all the meals take like 20 to 40 minutes. They're usually probably around 30, 35. And it is just, it's my moment of zen. Remember how the Daily Show used to end? Every day, coming home, pouring a glass of wine, taking out my cutting board, putting my phone in the other fucking room, or not in the other room, but just putting it down. And I don't ever look at it because I have my hands clean, have a little record on. It is, I mean.
Look at you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just
You're like Holly Homemaker over here, just living his best life in the kitchen.
Those half hour every day, that's why we do it, Kevin. That's why we do this whole thing.
Get that for free. You pay me for the rest. The HelloFresh you get for free. Except literally as the opposite. John is still paying for his HelloFresh. It's insane. It's his moment of zen, and he keeps having to pay for it because HelloFresh. It is.
Yeah. I mean, how much more can you endorse a product by saying I pay in order to promote this product for them?
I mean, between that and your candy situation, it's hilarious. The things that you love most in this world. They're just making you pay for it.
The candy situation is getting a little out of hand. I think a company that shall not be named is quite fed up with people tweeting at them to start fucking sponsoring the show, and I believe many people give fights the bag, and
there's one fucking answer, man.
They will regularly respond to tweets being like, we already told, like Snippy. Like, they are not happy about it anymore. Like, we've told them a million times, reach out to us. And I'm not allowed to reach out to them. So it's
right. You figure it out.
It's a bit of a rock and a hard place we find ourselves at.
Well, someone's going to blink, and it ain't going to be us. But with the HelloFresh, John's just going to keep cooking no matter what the cost is. The best news, though,
good. It's so good.
They even if you do pay for it right now, you can get 12 free meals. I feel like they just keep upping it. It was like a week, and then it was 10 meals, and now it's 12 meals. It just keeps going higher and higher for free. So when you go to HelloFresh.com/KFC12, and then use code KFC12. You get 12 free meals, which if it's by yourself is like 24 free meals, which is like a whole month worth of food, including free shipping, which matters because it's a big old box of ingredients. It comes with all the meat, all the ingredients, all the recipes you need. Everything is pre-measured, pre-portioned. It comes with a little recipe card, so you just follow the instructions. You open it up. You don't have to put a pinch of this and a dash of that. You know exactly how much to put in to make sure that it tastes good when it's all said and done, whether it's the busy weeknights or just kicking back, enjoying on the weekend. Cooking up your own HelloFresh meal teaches you how to cook. It gives you fresh food and gives you a sense of accomplishment. Like John said, it's his moment of zen every day. So go to HelloFresh.com/KFC12, use code KFC12 and get 12 free meals
Kevin,
plus free shipping.
Real quick, I just did a little math. And I was pretty lenient with my number here. So 12 free meals is actually 24, as I think people know now. The meals are double portions. So it's 24 free meals. I used $30 as a number, right? If you ordered it's probably $30, that's low. That's low.
Right.
With me, I ordered Wendy's last night, $65.
$65 in fast food.
And so $30 is Kevin's. I mean, Nick's eyes are like popping out of his head. He's like, but so I ordered Wendy's last night for $64. Just 2 meals. 2 meals, $64. But I put in $30 times 24. Do you know how much this promo code is worth?
$30 times 24?
Yeah.
Like over $1,000.
No, God, you have a fucking MBA, huh? Jesus Christ.
What was it? What did you say?
You're off by a couple hundred. It's $720. It's
$720.
$720 promo code. And look, just try this. Save $720 on delivery because guess what? It gets there faster. It is faster to cook a meal than it is to order on Seamless. It's faster, it's better, and
Fresher.
it's cheaper. It's
Yep.
and it's fun. Just fucking try. HelloFresh.com/KFC12. I promise you will not regret that.
Imagine if they were just like, promo code KFC12 for $720.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing, folks. That's what they're doing. What's in that notebook of yours?
All right, so not much today. Just got a couple things. Couple things I jotted down. You know, first thing first, I jotted this down today. I saw a nun on 7th Ave. Don't see a lot of nuns anymore. What do you think happened to the nuns?
Well, I think they got tired of covering up the child rape for the men.
You think that's what did it then, huh?
I think that was probably a real sticking point where it was like, so here's the deal. You have to live in this convent. You have to take a vow of celibacy and poverty. And also, we're going to go rape kids and you got to turn a blind eye to it. And I think a lot of the nuns said, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm going to go be like a secretary somewhere. I'm just going to go work at Goldman Sachs.
I'm going to go get personally harassed, and then at least I won't have to cover it up.
Honestly, being a nun, it might be the single most ridiculous quote unquote profession in the world. Like none of the glory. You do all of the work, none of the glory.
Yeah.
You'll probably have to end up being a teacher in their school. You do have to cover up all the secrets while these guys can't keep their dick in their pants. And like at the end of the day, you're still like inferior. Like maybe you get into heaven. I don't know.
Hugely inferior.
Yeah.
Like,
it's like
when I was growing up, I actually saw a good amount of nuns. There was a nunnery not too far from my house. And, I'd see them walking around. It was regular for me to see nuns. I saw them at church.
Yeah. We had one, Sister James Patrick. I don't know why she had to pick the two guys' names. Her name was Sister James Patrick. She looked like the penguin in Mario 64. She was huge. Rang that big old fucking bell and was like, fire and brimstone. She was a nice lady. She's dead now. But why'd you choose that life, Jimmy Pat?
I forget the nun's name, but she was always at our like family parties. And so like we had some fucking cliche Irish Catholic family party. We had a priest and a nun at all of them.
Guaranteed. That surprises me 0%. Did they ever do like a little blessing or a prayer?
Nah, they just came to chill,
they just
man.
Came and hung out.
Yeah, they came and hung out.
Would they come in street clothes?
No.
Yeah.
No. Sometimes the priest would come casual priest. He's not coming in a robe and shit. But
but the collar on.
Collar
black,
on. Yeah.
Black,
he did it right.
And she was coming in the black and white with the habit.
Her robe was actually white. I don't know if that means something else.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure it's a made up nunnery thing.
It's
Where
more
it's
of
like
a cream, I guess, than a white, but it was a creamy off-white type color.
I guess that is the nice thing about being a nun. You just put on your robe every day and nobody gives you any trouble. But
Yeah, fucking never shave that puss either.
The habit can't be nice in the summer. You know what's a great nun name? Bernadette. Sister Bernadette. I feel like that's a great nun name.
Yeah.
If I was a nun, I feel like if I was Bernadette, I'd be like, I gotta go to the clergy. I gotta go. I mean, I went to school with a kid who was like Duffy. Patrick Duffy's his name. He's a priest. Nice guy. But something's crazy. Something's wrong with him, right? I mean, we were in the same class and he just like studied theology and was like, I'm gonna go on to become a priest. He was out at the bars with us. He was slugging beers, arguing about baseball, like playing beer pong, fucking around in the Irish pubs. And at the end of the day, he was just gonna become a priest. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you, dude? Just like go get a job like the rest of us in finance and make some money and like live a normal life. What are you doing?
I mean, look, Uncle Chap's the same way.
Yeah, and he's crazy too.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, what would you do if your kid came to you and said, I want to be in the clergy? I'd be like, absolutely fucking not.
No, that
No
would
way.
waste money on you. You go be a creative writing major. I think my parents would have been pretty happy if I eventually was like,
Oh,
not
man,
not happy in the sense like that, happy that I chose a profession. But they'd be like, okay, at least we know like he's gonna do something.
No way, dude. You say, yeah, your parents are normal. If you say to a normal family, I'm going to become a priest, they say, who are you going to fuck? What are you talking about? What, you're never going to fuck anybody? That would be my response. Never anyone. Yeah, fucking right. Be normal, have a normal job, have sex with whoever you want of appropriate ages. How about that?
That is the sex with whoever you want is something I'm really leaning into now. And
yeah, let's do that.
I think that if you basically any fad, not fad, but any like I can't think of the word for it. Not really a trend, but any movement, so to speak, that happens in your lifetime, you should just immediately agree with. Because it's eventually going it's going to gain enough steam that like if like imagine like obviously I think last week it was Trans Day and it was, Trans Recognition Day or whatever it was, and a lot of social media posts.
Get on the right side of history.
And I was like, of course, I've supported trans for as long as I've known what pornography is. And the as soon as I found out, fucking people with dicks and boobs fuck, like, yeah, all right, good. But I was like, there are people who are like upset about this. And then one day, like their grandkids let them be like, yeah, my grandfather really hated Trans Awareness Day. Like any movement that happens, just be like, yeah, I'm in favor. You know, like I'm not gonna go.
Don't be the grandpa. Don't be the aged out grandpa who's like against, society.
Literally anything that gets big enough to get a hashtag, if it hasn't happened, will happen in the future because people aren't gonna stop. Just agree with it.
How about this?
Like, and also if you disagree with it, first of all, you're an asshole. It's also just easier to be like, yeah, yeah, cool.
I take it a step further too, though, to stuff that I don't even like believe in, like all this hubbub about vaccine passports. If they want to do it, they're going to do it. if the global elite, if like the Illuminati members all have decided that we have to have a vaccine passport and that also like tracks our money and all of our medical blah blah blah. If all the rich people and powerful people of the world decide it, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
So don't waste your time.
Do you know enough about this to explain it to me? No.
Very, very basically, I know that the idea is that like what it would be right now is to prove that you were vaccinated for COVID-19 for like big trips, like not just like, to go out, leave your house and shit like that or go to a game, but to do like international travel, which already kind of happens.
I was going to say that happens, doesn't it?
If you go to Africa, you go to these places with like malaria and shit, you have to like
have your shots.
Already do this. Yeah. But I think they're bluntly being like, this is eventually going to, it's as close to like the chip thing as they can get, I think, where so what I learned very briefly, I listened to the Tim Dillon show where he has this chick, Whitney Webb, on, who's like a rogue reporter who like she has to like do appearances from like safe houses, like because they're after her. She said that there's something going on with like MasterCard's involved with like Bill Gates, who's involved with like a polling. Like there are polls out there right now that say like people are in favor of vaccinated passports, and like that's all made up too. But the idea, long story short, is eventually that your money would be tied up in this like passport. So like, can you get in control of your own finances? Could you rent a car? Could you rent a house? Could you go somewhere if you have COVID vaccines, or if there's another disease? Or now we can look and see that you've had mental health issues, or you're bipolar, or whatever. It just kind of puts all your business out there, because it would all be in one like digital passport thing. So the idea is like right now it sounds like people are okay with it for COVID, but that this just opens the door, and then we enter like the post-apocalyptic, dystopian future where everyone is controlled by the man. I don't know.
I don't believe it.
But I mean, but again,
you can put my mental health stuff on it. Oh, guess what? I fucking put that out there pretty openly too. But how do all these things merge? And also, as long as it's MasterCard behind it, I'm okay. Who the fuck has a MasterCard? Yeah.
MasterCard. What is that? Discover? Like what? I mean, how pathetic are you if you have MasterCard?
I'll be all set. Thanks.
Let me know when Visa and American Express have a problem. Then maybe you have my attention. MasterCard. The fuck out of here.
What is MasterCard? MasterCard only does prepaid cards, I think, at this point. So yeah, I'll be fine.
Let the COVID people have MasterCard. I don't give a fuck. What else you got in your book?
Okay. So I was thinking about this because I was thinking about my dog the other day, and she dreams a lot.
Uh-huh.
What hell it must be for a dog to wake up in the morning and just be like, I have the craziest dream story I have to tell somebody, and there's fucking no one here to talk to.
I think that about everything. Not even the dreams, just everything. Where a dog's just like, wish I could just tell you what I'm thinking right now. Like you're yelling at me again for like chewing up the couch, and if I could just express to you how much I fucking love chewing the couch, maybe you just let me chew it, but I can't because I'm a dog.
I think that like all dogs randomly barking in neighborhoods are just shouting last night's dream. Like they're just like they got to get it out and then speak it into existence. They're like, "Rawr, rawr, rawr." So I was just naked in school, and this big crab came around the corner.
They're always twitching.
And then my teeth fell out.
It's so true, man. I mean, dogs are, whatever their dreams are, man. I mean, they are active when they're sleeping, dude. They're kicking. They're twitching. They're
a sleeping dog burns more calories in a night than I do in a week.
Absolutely, 100% in fucking years, man.
Okay, and then my last one here. Who does AT&T think they're fooling with the sweaters they're putting on this lady in the commercials?
What is she got bombs or something?
She has. Look, and the only reason I'm using this term is because they're sticking her in sweaters.
Oh yeah.
I mean, she's got the biggest sweater puppies you'll ever see. AT&T is forcing me to use this phrase, but it's. I mean, they're just sweater puppies. She's got a fucking set of sweater puppies on her, and it's not a phrase I'd ever use unless AT&T forced me to do it, and that's what they're doing with these shirts they're sticking her in. It's like, all right, the lady's got a female form. Why don't you just let it breathe a bit?
Well, you know what? Actually, I'm looking at this article right now, and a lot of people are kind of like, why are they making her wear that? Like, why?
They're kind of trying to fucking cover up her bazingas.
I mean, that ain't right. That ain't right. That ain't right, man. But she basically said like, shut the fuck up about me and my body, and basically like, let me get that AT&T bag. Yeah. Because when you become a cell phone person, when you become a cell phone girl or guy, spokesman, spokeswoman, that money rolls in for eternity. That's a girl sitting there going like, yeah, listen, I know it's annoying I have to wear the sweaters, but shut the fuck up. Don't screw this up for me. Yeah. They're going to go get some flat girl to do this job for me. Just shut the fuck up and let me make this money.
It's
buy that AT&T.
I'm not saying like stick her out there in a bathing suit, but they're preposterously sized shirts they're sticking her in. Or every commercial, I'm like, all right, come on, man. Like
that had to be like, they had to know that, right?
I mean, I would think so. It is. It's impossible, Kevin. As a viewer,
Impossible to ignore.
as a viewer of a commercial, it's impossible not to notice.
And as the person at an audition, you got to be looking at it, being like, well, I mean, yeah, but what are we gonna do about that?
The next AT&T commercial is gonna be filmed on like Made of the Mist, just so you can stick her on a poncho.
I love it. All right, voicemails today. Voicemails today are brought to you by Slick. I got the package right here. Fights is chowing down on them. Slick is like when you're like a little kid and then you become an adult and you want to like keep your childhood going. It's like when you're a little kid, you love to have ice cream. You love to have slushies. You love to have snow cones and all that stuff. And then you get a little bit older and you like to have adult beverages, like to have some alcohol. Why don't we just combine those two things? You can get it right now with Slick. You can get the rum and agave. You can get these straight, right, delivered right to your home. Put them right in your freezer. Pop them out, and it's spirited ice slushies, like your icy pops or your snow cones or your slushies. Like I said, is in the typical plastic wrapper. Don't get that buzz on, enjoying yourself at night. Look at that! Look at this guy! Look at him!
Let me tell you something, Kevin. I've used Slick a couple of times since we got samples for doing ad reads for him. I have the perfect time to have a Slick.
Ooh.
You wake up, bit of a hangover.
Ooh,
Slick.
wow. Hair of the dog with Slick.
You have yourself a hashtag Slick Morning, SLIQ. It is perfect because, first of all, refreshing, cold, nice for a hangover. Second of all, alcohol in it, but not like some obscene amount, right? 8% alcohol per pop. And it is just enough alcohol to get you feeling better and also very refreshing with the ice.
And you don't have to like gulp it down. You can just chew it up in the crushed ice, different flavors, all under 100 calories as well. You're not going to have to worry about eating anything too fattening or sugary. It's a brilliant move. I mean, I keep thinking like, that's it. We have invented everything that there is to drink. The flavorings, the ways that we get the alcohol in the body. And then along comes Slick with spirited ice with the rum and agave. They've got coconut and lime daiquiri. They've got the pineapple daiquiri. They got the strawberry daiquiri. So all sorts of different flavors for that summer day, whether you're on the rooftop, out on the boat, out at the beach, in the cooler. As long as you've got somewhere to freeze them, you got a way to be slick. So enjoy your Slick mornings when you're hungover. Enjoy your Slick brunches and afternoons, evenings on the beach, at the pool, all summer long, all spring long. Get yourself some Slick and tweet out all your pictures, whether you're at the barbecue or whatever. You can get them at Walmart. You can get them at your local liquor store. Load the freezer up for the upcoming weekend. So whatever your favorite summer cocktail is, whatever your favorite seltzer is, throw it out the window. Get yourself some Slick spirited ice. And for more information, go to Slick, SLIQ, SpiritedIce.com. That's SlickSpiritedIce.com. Brought to you by 21 Holdings LLC in West Chicago, Illinois. Must be 21 and up to purchase and consume. Please drink responsibly.
What's up, KFC fights? I think this is my second time calling today. But baseball season starts tomorrow. I guess it'll be the day when the pod comes out. But that kind of got me thinking about, like, Angels in the outfield. And so that leads me to my question, like how the Angels in the outfield help, obviously, the team. What aspects of life would you want, like, Angels to help you be better at?
Wow. Great question. Great question. The thing is, the reason why Angels in the outfield works so well is because they can help you play baseball. It's real. like what could an angel do?
Like
Angel's
in
not
my
gonna hop
life,
your body and make you funnier.
no.
You know?
Yeah, and I actually didn't find the Angels very funny to begin with. They were talented, sure, but they weren't great comedians.
No, they played baseball. They were physically gifted. They weren't clever and witty. They're not going to help me grow my following. They're not going to help me get more fans and listeners.
I probably haven't helped me travel without a vaccination passport.
There you go. There you go. Smuggle you through.
Yeah, just flying overboard like fucking Iron Man. Fuck. There's a hard. She's like, yeah, there's nothing.
Well, maybe when you're thinking about killing yourself, maybe the angels can step in there in a traditional sense. Like it's not your time yet, John.
Nah, fucking an angel would spike me. I jumped off.
Do it, pussy, do it.
I'd jump and he would just take me and fucking fly faster.
Like you down. That's hilarious.
Like, oh, someone caught me. He's like, yeah, here we go. Turn on the afterburners now, baby.
I'd speed you up.
Yeah, I'd land like fucking Hitchcock when he's drunk. Just leave a big fucking hole in the pavement. This doesn't usually happen.
I can't think of one thing that angels could help me with.
I really, on a day-to-day basis, having an angel who would do my bidding would change my life zero.
Yeah, I'd be like, just stop, dude.
Just leave me alone.
Unless they can just full blown, like, unless angels are like fucking genies where they can make magic shit happen. But I'm under the impression they can just kind of, alter whatever's going on around you.
Right. Jackie, do you have anything?
I mean, if angels can, cure hangovers and stuff like that,
I was telling Nick this is more like somebody that I want something to do, but like if I want, like my least favorite thing is having to put like a fitted sheet on a bed and like change the duvet cover.
They're not a maid, Jackie.
I know, but then
we just gave Jackie the power of fucking endless life. Like
I prefaced it with I don't know for sure.
Superpowers, and she goes, I don't know, the fitted sheet kind of sucks.
Fitted sheet. Which also I understand though.
Yeah.
I do get her point.
I actually don't get the point. I think the fitted sheet is your bed up against the wall.
Yeah.
That's why.
Well, that's what I mean. A lot of people have that.
On a bed in the middle of the room. Easy peasy to put on.
Wait, is your bed like in the middle?
Yeah.
Like an island?
Yeah.
Type thing?
That's very easy.
That's a little weird.
No, it's not weird.
Listen, not many people in New York though. I mean, when you have limited space, you usually throw your bed into the corner.
I think it's regular to have like my old bed. Yeah, when I lived in a closet, I did have it against the wall. But now
Now that you're out of the closet, now that John's out of the closet, he knows how to make a bed real well.
Now I have a freestanding bed.
Well, sorry.
Moving on up in this world, I'll tell you what.
Yeah. Well, I guess Jackie's answer is better than mine, which was it would kill me faster. It's like, what a crazy answer from Jackie. It would do her bed. Mine just
die.
Give me a fucking fistful of pavement sooner.
I guess I could.
Faceful.
I guess I'd be a better dad if I could do like cool tricks or some shit. I don't know. Let my angels let me do like magic tricks to make my kids think I'm funny. Whatever.
I mean, like the opposite answer would be sex.
Oh yeah.
Just like
I don't think angels would be able to help you with that though. That feels like violating some sort of rules.
You think so? You think they're sworn to celibacy?
Yeah, I think so.
They're not
the rest
fucking like the boys.
The fallen angels are the ones that'll help you fuck. Everyone else is like,
you're gonna pop a finger in her ass? Sure.
Next up.
What up, KFC, Fights, Nick, Jackie, crew? So I was having this debate with my buddy. I sent him a message, and I said, if you started dating this girl and you figured out that her phone background, her wallpaper on her lock screen was a picture of herself, what would you do, and how would you make sure she's blocked on everything? Now, he countered. He said that he thought it was, like, actually kind of cute and endearing if she has a picture of herself as her own goddamn phone wallpaper. I think it's completely narcissistic. But he said it was cute. What do you guys think? Thanks, Viva.
Yeah, that's probably going to come across narcissistic.
Yeah, Jackie, what's your phone background?
It's my friend.
Okay.
It's like a bad picture.
See? I was going to say, and maybe, if she's in it too, but like with her friends, with your kids, with your niece or nephew, with your boys, with whatever, you can be in it.
Like I'm in mine, but it's not just me. And also
your dead friend, which is also a fucking dumb gimmick too.
The dumb gimmick?
I'm so sick of this dead friend. If I knew this fucking Chris, I would have we would have had a time making fun of your bitch ass. Fucking look at my dead friend on my phone. Give me a break.
It is always awkward when someone's like, "Who is that?" I'm like,
They're inevitably gonna ask, and then you gotta say it's my dead friend.
But why would people ask? I
don't know. It's
literally the only person whose phone background I ever asked about was Jackie just now. I've never been like, "Oh, tell me the fucking etymology of your phone background. Who's all this?"
We're not normal.
Introduce me to the family. Like, I don't give a fuck what your fucking phone background is. Don't ask me about mine.
People. We don't care about our lives. We don't care about their lives. We're not gonna ask these questions. Everyone else is gonna ask the question. We're gonna make small talk.
I don't think so.
Well, you just said every time someone asks, it's awkward. So it happens all the fucking time.
It happens. It's just one of those things. It's memorable when they ask because I have to go, it's my dead buddy. And then I have to go, no, it's fine. I don't care. Because he's like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like, it happened like fucking 7 years ago. I don't give a shit. It's fine. Whatever.
You know what's such an easy way to avoid that? Change your picture.
No, I like thinking about him. It's the fucking thing I look at most of the time. Don't look at my phone. Don't look at my phone. How hard is that?
Nobody should be looking at it. I want one of those phones. When I was an accountant, I had one of those shields you put on your screen that turned your computer screen like totally black unless you were sitting head on. I need that for my phone. I mean, I'm sure they have them, but I want one because
they
anybody
definitely have them.
Anybody reading anybody else's phone is a fucking asshole.
Yeah, just mind your fucking business. How about that? Don't look at my phone. Don't ask questions about my life. Shut up.
Now, what about if don't show an interest in me?
Yeah.
What about does it matter if this person is good looking or ugly? I mean, if you're ugly and you have a picture of yourself, I think that's even crazy.
it hugely matters. If
you're a fucking rocket and you just put like your best like modeling photos on your phone, you're narcissistic, but it's like, okay, I mean, I get it.
I'd say you're narcissistic, but at least you're honest. Because guess what? If you're a really hot person, guy or girl, I fucking know you wish your phone background was just you. Just fucking man up and do it.
You post it all over your Instagram. You all day long, you post your own photos on your social media. Just make it permanent on your phone.
Yeah, I respect this girl being wholly herself. So look, I'm hot as fuck. I love mirrors. I am truly the reincarnation of narcissist. I will fucking spend hours all day just staring at myself in my phone. And guess what? I'm hot as fuck. So you still want to be with me. I respect
if you look at my phone, you're gonna fucking see it too. If you're ugly and you think that your phone background material, well, now you're ugly and you're dumb and you're weird and you have bad self-awareness.
Yeah, I think that would be a frustrating thing to have an ugly person with their phone, themselves on their background of their phone, because that's clearly a person who's regularly going to be like, I'm hot. Like beauty's on the inside. And you have to be like,
yes. No, it's not. You are objectively ugly.
You can be beautiful on the inside and ugly on the outside, but that second part is still true.
And it's gonna matter.
And it's coming from a guy who's ugly on the outside and pretty ugly on the inside. So I can fucking tell you, it's like I know.
You can say that.
What
you can say that.
I don't know. I know.
You know.
I'm not one of these fucking body positivity people. My body's a fucking piece of shit. And
disgusting.
It's terrible. It's gross. Although I have been getting, I've been boxing. So guess what? You got about, I don't know, 4 more days of me being ugly.
I was gonna say you're hot soon. Yeah.
Yeah.
John's been hot. John's been throwing some hands. He's gonna get hot. Nobody bounces around ugly and hot like John. Nobody. Goddamn Jekyll and Hyde. It's crazy.
I'm going to be my own phone background real soon.
But you also suck at banging. So you got to go to GetRoman.com. Our last voicemail of the day here. You got to go to GetRoman.com/KFC and get yourself some Roman swipes along with any of the other medicines and treatments that Roman has to help you live a healthier life as a guy. You could have more hair on your head. You could have better erections, last longer in bed, have better skin, better health, everything that, counts about your look and your performance and your life, really. Roman has something for all of it. Now they've got straight up testosterone supplements for anybody with low T. But the best part is the swipes, which don't require a prescription or any sort of online consultation with the doctor. Everything else, they do have licensed physicians to give you those prescriptions. But the swipes are just medicated, non-prescription swipes that you can get delivered right to your house. You open them up, you rub them on your dick, and you're desensitized just enough where you last longer in bed, but you can still feel it and enjoy it. It doesn't affect your partner at all. It just numbs you up good enough that you can perform for a few more minutes, get the job done, make sure it's an enjoyable experience for you, him, her, whoever is involved. It's discreet. It's unmarked packaging. It comes right to your door. Nobody knows what it is. And then the packets themselves are like little buffalo wing moist towelettes. You put those in your pocket. You open up when it's time to get down. Rub it on your dick, and you'll last longer in bed. Best part is they're just $5 when you go to GetRoman.com/KFC for your first month. That's GetRoman.com/KFC. Last voicemail. Let's go.
What's up, KFC Fights, Jackie, Nick? I left a voicemail yesterday, but I was really high, so I don't think I articulated really anything correctly. So we'll give this one another go. So basically, I broke up with my ex about 2 months ago, and I found out the other day that she is now dating one of the New York hockey players, professional athlete. Honestly, I don't really know how she pulled this off. Like, she's hot, but she's not that hot, and she's really cool. I don't think she's like that cool, and it kind of just like sucks because not only is he way more successful and way like tougher and a lot of obvious things, but I mean, I watch this guy like probably every other night on TV, and I fucking hate him now, and it sucks because I root for his team. So I guess my question is, who would be the worst person to find out your ex is dating, whether it's like an actual person, celebrity, athlete, or like a type of person? Yeah, thanks, guys.
I mean, that's a tough one. The last thing you want is a hockey player banging your girl. Like, even within the realm of athletes, I think I'm picking like hockey player last.
Last?
Like, I mean, it's tough because hockey players also don't always have the same level of fame. So if you're going to tell me like a top rate baseball player, basketball player, NFL player, no. But if we're just talking about like low level, the hockey player who's got like the great lettuce and the nice body and the cool fucking accent with their own vocabulary and they, like they just got it, I don't want Tyler Sagan fucking my girl.
Hockey players eat good pussy too, so you're fucked.
Yeah, they know what they're doing. They fucking. I heard about I heard Sydney.
I know that only because I like hockey. Hockey players talk about eating pussy more than anyone I've ever been around. So
I think that's the thing. I think that they actually like, I think everyone else is just like, let me get my rocks off JFK style. I heard that Sidney Crosby's great in bed.
I bet.
Yeah, like he like cares and wants to get the girl off.
That's all you got to do.
Not a lot of guys do.
Oh, you got
Yeah. Dude, like I'm just gonna put in an effort.
The Pink Whitney Cup video came out last night, and I haven't watched it because I'm in it. And I don't watch things I'm in. But there's a scene that I don't think there were cameras around for, so I don't think it ended up on it. But this part I'm sure it did. I was making fun of Biz just trying to read, and I started laughing out loud, and then after the draft, he came up to me and he's like, "Come on, fights! Like, there's fucking other things I do good." And I was like what?
Like what?
And he
pussy. And
he pauses and just goes, "Muck barn." And like
muck barn? Jesus Christ.
He had I don't know if a camera was there. Maybe it was, and I didn't see it, and it ended up in the final cut. But he had perfect comedic timing on it. Like, this pause started to give me a smirk. Like, he's like, "I already know this is gonna kill." Muck barn.
Muck barn.
I don't know how that became like a hockey phrase, but like, I mean, I had friends start saying that when we were like middle school. Like, oh, I can't wait to fucking muck barn.
Muck barn and wrench. I feel like wrench is. I mean, nobody else calls their dick their wrench except for hockey players. It's incredible. And what was he was saying the other day? He was talking. He calls his asshole something ridiculous. It's something absurd about like a hoop. He calls it his hoop, I think. he said something like, "Yeah, what am I gonna just ask this girl to eat my hoop? I can't do that." Like, what the fuck, Biz? God damn it!
That is fucking good stuff.
It's amazing.
But I think it's
what's the goddamn question? Oh, so the guy, yeah. So who's the last person you want fucking your girl after you break up?
The last person I want fucking my girlfriend?
Mm-hmm.
God, a tough question.
I always go back and forth between like,
if we're going back to some earlier topics, probably a priest, because that means I was dating an underage girl.
Underage boy. Priests aren't fucking girls.
Like, oh, damn it, I was dating a 6-year-old boy. Son of a bitch.
I feel like it's got to either be your worst enemy or like your best friend. Like, would I rather like Dave or you fuck my girl? You would technically hurt more.
You were her.
Jesus Christ, John. Christ almighty. Not me, but fuck. Fuck. Damn.
No, mine would like see like my athlete on that would be like I would not care obviously at all if Tom Brady had sex with my ex-girlfriend.
No, but okay. But what about like I mean, you're such a is there anybody on the Patriots that would bother you? Like your teams are so good that you would be like happy about that. Like my teams are bad on top of it. I think like the fact that this is his team too. So he's like, I watch him every night. Like the escapability is the problem too. That's why if it is a Barstool thing, it's like every fucking video you see, every appearance you have, it's like, oh, yep.
Yeah, that's true.
I know. You know,
and
but
every Twitter reply.
Everything, dude. I mean, you would never escape it.
You would
but
never.
If you're like this guy's like a diehard Rangers fan. This is the worst. This ruins like his whole fandom.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. You really can't, especially if it's a bad team.
Yeah, and then like when he scores, like deep down, you're like, fuck, you know,
like asshole.
you know, yeah. This is bad. This is bad. If someone can kill your fandom, it's bad.
I think. Well, no, Patrice Bergeron I'd be okay with. I think Marchand I'd have a problem with.
Yeah, I don't think you don't want Marchand mucking your girl's bottom. That's exactly what he would do too. He'd be a pest in bed. He'd just be flicking that thing. God. That's a good one though. Tweet at us who's the last person, you know, generally speaking, because obviously we don't know who your fucking friends and family are. Your boss, your worst enemy, your favorite athlete, your favorite singer, you know. Your another ex girl. I mean, how about that? What if multiple exes switched teams and linked up?
Please, I would be fine with that.
I would love.
There's so little I care about, Kevin, and like that.
I know. I was actually trying to think. I'd be like, wow, well, this isn't ideal, but whatever.
I'd be like, yeah, I would be a little like, well, where was this fucking 6 months ago? But
right.
But
yeah, you know what? That would bother me if it's like, wait a minute. You are throwing down in such a way that you like landed a like star hockey player. That, you know, where was that?
Yeah, right.
Where was that?
Oh, I was referring to like two ex-girlfriends hooking up.
Yeah.
Where was this idea just a couple of months ago?
Right, but that's what I mean.
You guys hate me that much?
Whatever the new situation is, when it's radically different, it's like, well, fuck. You know, yeah, we broke up because things weren't good. Had I known they could be like that, I would have been doing that. Why didn't you speak up?
Imagine someone hates you so much, and there are definitely not people out there who think this way about me, but like they hate you so much that they're willing to taste genitalia they typically don't like just to fucking stick it to you.
Just to stick it to you.
Yeah.
You know?
I hate Kevin so much I'm going to eat a pussy.
Have you ever heard of a spite house?
Spite house, no.
Yeah, like back in the day when people were getting divorced, it would be like, all right, you have to give this woman a house. And they would build these preposterous houses, like super, super skinny. Or like on a fucking sinking marsh. It was just like, yeah, there's your house, bitch.
What?
Like I fulfilled what I had to do, but it's called a spite. They're totally ridiculous. I think almost now they become almost like what's it called? You know, like historical landmarks or whatever, because they look so different and they're so weird. But it's a spite house. It's like, yeah, I had to give my ex-wife a house, so here it is. It's like 2 feet by 5 feet wide.
So
like
here's where they make Keebler cookies. Enjoy.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. That's the only level of spite worse than I'll go down on a chick to get back.
Yeah.
All right, it's time to get into our interview. It's brought to you by Mizzen+Main. So Mizzen+Main, they definitely at first felt like a little more like polo shirts and like office workplace type of gear, but now they're getting into like the crew necks and the hoodies and the stuff that I can wear, that I can get down with, which I love, because Mizzen+Main has always had great quality. It just wasn't always totally my style. Now they got something for everybody. Whether it's white boy summer like Captain Cons or white boy summer like Chet Hanks, you're covered with Mizzen+Main. You'll look your best, and they're using performance gear, so you'll always feel your best and be comfortable. Whether you're at work, whether you're out having fun. It's all four-way stretching for maximum comfort and flexibility, moisture wicking, wrinkle resistant, machine washable, lightweight and breathable. All of the terms that you want your clothes to have, Mizzen+Main's got you. And now, like I said, they got that casual gear going. So whether you are whether you're looking for something for the office with modern tailoring, or you're looking for something a little more casual and comfortable, Mizzen+Main has everything you need. So it feels like every day is a summer Friday with Mizzen+Main. So go to Mizzen+Main. That's Mizzen and Main, MAIN.com, and use KFC for 10% off your first order. Like I said, I've been looking at the sweatshirts and the hoodies and whatever that they have now. That's way more my style. And if you are in the corporate world and you want to look fresh, you want to wear your collars, you want to wear your sweaters and rock that look, they've got you covered there too. So go to Mizzenandmain.com, promo code KFC for $10 off our first order. It's Camille Kostek back once again on KFC Radio, where I did not die in a car accident, but
What's up, squad?
What's up, mama? How you doing?
I'm honestly great because I just did like a couple interviews and then was like, who's the next? And I was like, oh, thank God.
Honestly, it's just me. I don't know where Kevin is.
What? He didn't wake up today?
I don't know. He just tweeted like 5 minutes before this interview started, and then now he's not answering phone calls. He might have been in a car accident. That's not even a joke. He might have gotten in a car accident.
Wait, that's scary. Should we wait? We need to wait.
No, you're on a tight schedule. We're good. Look, if he got in a car accident, there's nothing we can do, right?
You don't really think that.
No, I don't really think that, but I kind of hope it's what happened because it would make this funny.
Where is he?
How are you doing?
He would never miss my interview.
I know. Yeah, it's got to be something serious. All right, we're with Camille Kostek. Where have you been? Where were you skiing and snowmobiling at?
Oh, that was in Utah. I just took a big sip of water and it just splashed everywhere. And now I feel like my makeup's like messed up and stuff. But I just have to fix it.
Yeah. Okay. I'll tell you what, you were a mess before that. Thank goodness you did that. Like, I was going to say, this is insulting that Camille's showing up looking like this on our show.
No, I went snowmobiling and skiing in Utah. I'd never been there before. It was really, really fun. Rob works with the Pit Viper team, which is like this sunglass company that him and the bros are always wearing. They're like absolutely obnoxious, crazy. They look like snowboarding goggles, but in sunglasses form. They have goggles too, but we were out there and when they said that all the wives and girlfriends could come, I was like epic because that totally sounded like a boys trip. And I was like, I'm coming.
All the wives and girlfriends. I saw Gordy out there, right? Who else is out there?
Well, I guess Gord is the single bro, but so Chris was there and Dan was there with his wife and Glenn was there with his girlfriend. And then I was there with Rob and it was really, really fun. But
when are you guys?
Really hard to get to the elevation.
Dude, I was in Colorado 2 weeks ago. I almost died putting on shoes. It was.
I straight up was like scared to tell Rob because the house was so beautiful. We were up in the mountains, like picture like the Grinch at the top of the hill in the movie. Like that's where our house was, like over the clouds. It was like, I don't suffer from anxiety. I full on was like having anxiety attack. I was like, my veins are popping out of my head. I have a hard time breathing. We're above the clouds. We're at like cruising altitude for an airplane living. I need to get down.
You know what I learned when I was in Colorado? So I was in Breckenridge and
it's pretty there.
And it was like I'm sorry, what'd you say?
It's pretty there.
It's very pretty. But it's like 10,000 feet like before you climb the mountain. And I Googled just how high that is. That's 2 miles. So the Mile High Club is kind of bullshit.
Oh.
Right? Like the Mile High Club's like actually the 6 Mile High Club. You're way up there.
Yeah, yep.
Something to consider, right?
Yeah, I also, one of the guys, I was like, oh, so what are we doing today for the snowmobiling? And he goes, oh, it's going to be amazing. We're going to snowmobile up the mountain at 9,800 feet. And I was like, oh my God. No, I'm like just getting used to 8,000. Don't take me up to 10,000. I can do this for a while, but my gosh, you're only there for a little bit. But I mean,
when are you guys going to start your reality show? When's like Growing Up Gronk become a show?
I know that would be fun. I feel like every day's a reality show here. It's so funny. They have like
No, that's a serious question. That should be a reality show.
Oh wait, was that Kevin?
Yeah,
hey!
I'm back. I'm in. Hey guys.
I told Camille you got a car accident.
It was devastating to just start the show.
No, I just thought it said noon. I come back to my phone. I see a bunch of missed calls. I was like, what's the big deal? Sorry, I'm here. No car accident.
I can't wait for you to see the beginning of this episode now.
What you said, it was like a bad car accident?
I was like, he just tweeted. So like, I don't know. He might've gotten a car accident.
Speeding and driving and then crashed.
Camille was like, are you kidding or not? I was like, I hope I'm not kidding. Cause like that would make
Kevin would never miss my interview. So it must be tragic.
I will. Yeah, I know. For real. I feel so bad. This is I think it's the only time in the history of my career I've messed up a start time, and it's for my girl Camille. It could not be any worse.
Right. It's actually good because I'm the homie, so I don't care.
That is true. Anybody else, it would be like a problem, but not with you. So we're good. But if I ever do get in a car accident, it will be because I'm tweeting while driving. So it would be.
Honestly, I will. Like, when Camille was like, wait, you're not serious though. I was like, I am being serious, but I'm going to downplay this to make Camille feel more comfortable.
I was like, I don't think that, but I think that. I was like, we can't go on.
No, but wait, seriously, let's plan out this reality show, because you're kind of like, that's funny, but it's like, no, this should really be a thing.
No, it's amazing. And it's just one of those things where I've been, like you guys saw that me getting a modeling kickstart, like my kickstart in the career of modeling at 25 years old is pretty late in the game in this industry.
Yeah,
So for me, who's been in front of the TV, like doing hosting stuff since the 7th grade, being like, this is what we're having for morning breakfast. And this is what the weather will be today. Like that was fun for me, but to now create a career out of it and figure out that like, that was meant to be because I was supposed to do this stuff and love it and grow up doing it. But I was like, dang, I kept, every time I would go back to my agency, I'd be like, this is still a dream job of mine. This is still on my list. I really want to host for a national television show. I want to make people happy. And I don't want to do reality. I don't want to do like, trashy stuff or anything that's like gossipy. Like I want to make people laugh. And when Wipeout reboot came this year, like you guys know about this stuff. Like that is alignment. In the pandemic, I get offered this job. I do my chemistry reads from my house on Zoom. Like it's amazing. And then they were like, you don't even have a script. Be you. I was like, this is a dream. This is a dream.
And that show, like I watched any variation of that type of game show my whole life, where it's just like people getting like whacked in the head with shit. It plays every time at every age forever. And I would imagine that is much like what the Gronk household probably was like growing up. I feel like those guys are just like monsters to each other. I feel like you're so born for it. It's so perfect. And it's a show that I'll watch from now to the end of time.
I literally am so excited. When I called to tell my sister that I was going to be on Wipeout, she was like, can I be your partner? I was like, dude, I'm the host. I didn't audition for the last 3 months. Run it.
That's funny. Like, I'm going to be on Wipeout. Like, you're going to be jumping over, like, swinging things. No, I'm hosting.
Rob. And I was like, what? I was like, no, my partner's actually John Cena this year and Nicole Byer.
I was going to ask. Does Rob get jealous that you hang out with someone more jacked than him now?
Yeah, he makes jokes all the time. He was like, "Where's Cena's trailer? How far are you away?"
I can see Rob just like a kid on the playground, just wanted to fight the other tough guy. Like, Rob's like, let's just fight. Like, is no animosity, no nothing. Let's just see.
They'll dap it up afterwards. They'll be friends after they're done.
Exactly. No, it's kind of funny. How the world's like crossed, how he did WrestleMania and was like in the WWE world, and then I'm over here doing my stuff, and then like John and myself it's kind of cool.
I remember thinking like when you first got Sports Illustrated and it was like, okay, now she's gonna like blow up and have like a full career. But I was thinking like, where's the avenue for her? Because you do have so much more personality and all that shit than a lot of other people in the industry. And I was trying to think of like, what is the fit? Because I know you were like auditioning just for like regular acting roles, which I'm sure you can do all that. Mm-hmm. But I was just like, where does it fit? Like outside of football, but still in entertainment and all these different things. And like when you add that all up, it's kind of exactly this job. Yeah,
it's Wipeout on TBS.
It's really cool.
It's really cool because what people don't know is a lot of people know me through Sports Illustrated swimsuit, or if they watch football and they're like, oh, Gronk has a girlfriend. I'm going to be real. But a lot of people don't realize that I from in my middle school and my high school, we have this world-renowned television studio and this local access station, and I was on it all the time. If someone needed a host for the talent show or for a telethon or for a charity event, it was me. Like, I was signing up, I was editing, I was on the audio board, I was directing, I was doing production work. Like, this has been my passion outside of dance. And modeling is just like very recent. It just blew up a lot quicker. And so I was just kind of waiting for that moment in the television world, because I went on to college and I studied communications, and I interned at CBS Sports in Boston, and I did internships at the morning show in Rhode Island. And I've been doing a lot of on-camera stuff. I've done hosting on carpets for Maxim and Sports Illustrated and the NFLPA and Super Bowls. And I've just been waiting for that TV moment. So unless you really follow me or you know me, you don't know that I've been hosting. Because usually I'm the interviewee instead of the interviewer. So, I have so much fun with you guys here because you make it so easy. Like, you don't make it an interview. It's we're chilling.
Right. You're basically, you almost interview us half the time with the sort of, you know how to, it's funny that it's like, oh yeah, I used to do all these things. And then it just turned out that I'm like stunningly gorgeous and I could be on the cover of magazines too. Like, that was just like a nice little extra for you, Camille. It's like, you've been practicing. Oh, and also I'm like the most beautiful girl in the world.
Oh my gosh. No, but thank you. But it's cool. It's so many people like, oh, cool. And like, she's like hosting the show. It's like, no, I've been doing this for like 15 years waiting for this.
I think, I don't know about you, John, I feel like corny these days, but I feel like after we've been doing shit for so long that like, I've really bought into the idea of like, there's no such thing as failure. Cause like all these things that we used to do that maybe didn't take off in the moment came back around. And now like a new platform comes out or the market moves a certain way. And it's like, oh, let's do that now. And we're ready to go. And it's like, so the shit you were doing in like 7th grade now all of a sudden comes into play. Right. And like, there's probably a time where you were like, oh, I'm never going to do that again. And then like, here it is. It's crazy how much shit, like it all comes full circle.
There was an interview that I did yesterday, and, when it was getting kind of filed through all of things of being like, I will do this one, I won't do this one. There was, one for the Connecticut Post. And I was like, I absolutely would talk to that because that's where this career even started. Like, it started in my little town in Connecticut. Absolutely. I'll talk about the come up from that high school, TV studio. So it's really cool. I'm excited to like go back and visit. And I don't know, maybe I could do the morning news for the kids one morning. So.
Whoa, there's an idea.
Yeah.
Do you talk to Gisele about this kind of stuff? Or are you guys just like, you just chill?
She's like supermodel, Superwoman, Wonder Woman.
She's a freak. She's an absolute freak of nature. It's insane.
Like I would never of like, but like contemporaries I hang out with, I would never ask them for advice because I'm an idiot. And like, I'd almost feel like embarrassed too.
Oh, and I kind of feel that way a little bit. I'm friends with Erin Andrews and look up to her big time in this industry. And someone asked me the other day, like, what tips she's given me. And I was like, I think I've never asked her that question. Actually,
it's a great question to ask them.
But that's probably why they're like friends with you. Like, that's probably why they like hanging out with you, is because it's like, oh, Camille comes around. She's not like asking for connections or whatever. But at the same time, I would maybe try to pick up a couple tips here and there from some of those girls. Yeah. They've done pretty well.
I just love like watching on the air, but with Gisele, like, it's so funny that the moments that we have together, it kind of goes without saying that she understands like Tom's career. She knows that I understand how Rob's life works. And then, what I don't understand is what it's like to be an international superstar supermodel who also has 3 kids and is Tom Brady's wife and has dogs. And
okay, so the 3 kids is where you guys started to differ.
I was gonna say
until that point.
So her career is freaking insane. It keeps me hungry to keep going. But when I do see her, it's at like ring ceremonies, boat parades, Super Bowl wins. Like, it's cool because we're always like, "What's up, girl?" But we never really get to sit down and like ask, I don't get to ask for advice or get to tell her about what's going on in my life or hear about her. So I'm hoping that day will come because we have a lot in common with like, eating plant-based. And I found out there's this farm that I go to in Tampa that we always miss each other. And I'm like, oh, if only like we just could have each other's numbers and then could just go together and pick out our farm vegetables.
You guys don't have each other's numbers?
You got to get those digits, Camille.
It's that moment when, like, for example, we were on the field and it was actually, we were having a conversation about like regular life stuff while the confetti was coming down. And then she saw Rob. She like wanted to see Rob. We like caught up really quick. And then she was about to be like, what are you doing after? You should come on this yacht. And I was like about to be like, I don't have your number. And right before I did this, she's like, there's Rob. And as we started to walk over, she's like, let's go see Gronky. And I was like, okay. And we started walking over. Bad Boys for Life comes on. She's like, pull out your phone. I was like, that's what I was thinking. They see each other. She gets pulled over with Tom. And like, so it was this close.
I mean,
The video was iconic. That was fun to do. So
That's very funny. She calls him Gronky. Like that's what
Gronky poo. Let's go see Gronky, babe. I mean, that there's got to be some, I don't know, talk to your agents or something. You got to get that number.
There should be, honestly, okay, app idea.
There'll be a good time. I mean, Rob has her number. So if I really want, I could just be like, Rob, can I have Giselle's number? So I could be like, let's go to the farm together today.
Yeah. We got some tomatoes. Or no tomatoes. Whatever the fuck they eat over there. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, they don't eat tomatoes. I don't
Yeah. What's your app idea, John?
Celebrity app where every celebrity is in the app. And then you can just request another celebrity's number. And then
they be like, this is legit. I'm legit. Like, you know who I am.
Yeah. I'm Camille Kostek. I'm verified. I got fucking million followers on IG or whatever it is you got.
Wait, does Gisele, does she do social media and stuff? Could you hit her up on IG or does she not even fuck with it?
I mean, I could, but I mean, I'm sure there'll be an opportunity. I see her. It just never feel, I don't know. You guys get it. Like, I don't want to be like, what's your number? And I'm sure she'll be like, oh my God, you don't already have it. But
I think if I was, I don't know who I could think of as like a comparable, but like if I got as close to, I guess Joe Rogan or something as you are with Gisele, I think I'd be like, all right, I'm going for it. What's your number?
Yeah, I need to.
You're close enough, Camille. You're not like you are closer to Gisele than you are closer to like the new rookie model. You know what I mean? Like you're on that trajectory. Go get it.
No, I agree.
I think Camille, you're too close now, though. I think that you passed like ships in the night. Now you're too close to ask for a number.
Yeah.
Oh, like that would like she's too above that. She's too cool.
Yeah, it's like it'd be weird to ask for your number now. Like we're friends.
You know what? You're almost on that level of like, oh my God, I thought I had your number. Like, I guess I don't. I mean, it's been on my phone, and I thought I could text you whenever I want. I just haven't.
I mean, it happened so fast. But whenever she said that thing about after the Super Bowl, like come on the yacht, and I don't know if she even said to me like, do you have my number or whatever, like whatever. And I was like, oh, you know what? Let me just, okay, Gronky. Yeah, well, let's go. It was just, it happened so fast.
What do you think
are you pumped that Free Guy's coming out? Free Guy finally has a release date?
That it just got pushed again. It's coming
out. It did?
Dude, it was supposed to come out July 2020, then December 2020, then May 2021, and now it just got pushed to August 13th, 2020.
Ooh, almost my birthday.
When's your birthday?
August 14th.
14th.
Oh.
Here's a solemn promise to you. On my birthday, I will go see Free Guy.
Yeah, that John was gonna do no matter what. That's not much of him going out of his way. That's right up his alley.
If you don't have a date, I'll go with you.
Beauty. Now we're really cooking with gas.
Because I really want to see the movie in theaters, so it'll be great.
You know that I think we still have like an intro package for some of our videos that has you and John proposing to you in Grand Central.
It's been a long engagement, honey.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Rob's gonna have to call me for permission when it finally comes, just so you know. It's like, hey, do you mind if we switch that in? Yeah, just keep the same ring. It's all good.
I don't have one. Wait, I just realized. Did you not put a ring on my finger when we did that?
I think I did. I think you just took one off and gave it to me.
Yeah, like
I think
ring on your
you
hand.
were wearing rings that day, and you just gave one. I definitely didn't buy an engagement ring, if that's what you're asking.
Let's just talk about how the lady that took our photos still has those photos and videos from her time in Grand Central.
Yes.
Do you think she sees you now? Because I'm still the same person. You were quite different. Do you think she sees you and is like, wait, I remember that girl? Like
she's cheating on her husband with that Gronk football player. What's going on?
Yeah. She's cheating on her fiance.
Well, it didn't work out for them. That was sad.
So I mean, like, I feel like usually every time I talk to you, I'm like, what's next? But I feel like you kind of, you can do Wipeout for hopefully seasons upon seasons upon seasons. You're still shooting Sports Illustrated, I'm sure. Mm-hmm. Like still just growing the social media, still doing auditions. You think that you're kind of at like, I mean, of course you want to keep growing and do more and more and more, but it's also at a point where I feel like you're kind of good too.
Yeah, I mean, I have my hands in like a lot of products right now. I actually have a swimsuit line that I'm announcing tomorrow, so exclusive.
Exclusive for KFC Radio. Camille knows how to do it. That is going to be a big deal, I think.
So it's a lot because, you know, there's people who literally design clothing and swimsuits like for a living. And so I'm doing it in the midst of like everything else. So it's been a lot. So I creative directed the whole campaign. We shot at Malibu a couple weeks ago, and I literally designed everything from the materials to the fit, to the styles, to the colors, to the fabric, everything, and been in and out of New York and doing a lot of, you know, fit modeling, testing, and being like, she's good. And it's so crazy to be the stylist and be doing this and designing, because I've been that model, like being the mannequin for everything. So it's so cool to get to be the boss on this side of it. But I mean, I've been wearing swimsuits for so long, and definitely being in this industry, I know what I like. So I'm really excited to launch this for the summer and now get to see people wearing my designs, because that's a whole new field for me in like the entrepreneurial world. So it's been really fun. It's a lot of work, but it's been a year. I started last March, and I put my head down during the pandemic and got to work. And I'm really excited to launch that. So that's coming out next.
I feel like that's one of the things that like you can do now in the new world. Like we do it with like hoodies and sweatpants and shit like that, where it's like, you know what people like, you know, like, oh, what I hate about hoodies is this, so I'm going to change it. What I like about swimsuits is this, so I'm going to lean into that. Exactly. And then I would imagine every time you're posing or you post a picture, people are like, where'd you get that bathing suit? Where's it from? Now you can just be like, it's fucking mine. Go get it.
Exactly.
Amazing.
There's actually, you know those, maybe you do, maybe you don't. You know those rash guards, like things that surfer girls wear, like it's like sun protecting. It's long sleeve. It's a full body like one suit. Okay, well, a lot of the times when I go buy those from surf shops and stuff, when I go stand up paddleboarding, I go jet skiing, and I just like don't want to be like completely burnt, I'll wear those, but they'll be like full coverage bottoms. So I made one, but I made it like high hip Pam Anderson style. It's still long. It's still zip up surfer girl. And it's got a wedgie, you know, it's like a thong back. So like, it was so cool to be like, every time I'm wearing these things, I'm like pulling the material up my butt to create a thong. So now I'm going to just have one. Like there's nothing like it out there. And now we've got one. So
now you can go like cheeks out while you're paddleboarding.
Exactly.
But that's the kind of shit that it's like, you know, you can just figure something out that like the big brands, big, you know, stores aren't doing. It's like, now it's available. That's the kind of shit that's going to work.
You want to be covered with cheeks out. I know there's other girls out there who want that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's the beauty of this whole new world is like, you can just do anything and everything that you're good at and promote it through your own channels, like do it through your own people.
Yeah.
I think you understand that better than like anybody else in your industry. Like who else do you think, like, all right, Gisele is like, you know, the queen, right? But who like coming up with you, is there any like other models or girls that you kind of like, you know, you're like right-hand woman, if you will?
What do you mean by right-hand woman?
Just like, I mean, I feel like you kind of stand alone, but I feel like that's maybe just because I know you. But I just see like, there's so many other models who I know their face, I recognize their photos and stuff, but I just don't see them doing other like entrepreneurial stuff like you. Are there other girls out there, or are you kind of doing it all alone?
So there's a girl that I met through Sports Illustrated Swimsuit, Hunter McGrady, and I like love watching her. She like takes on QVC like a boss. She's designing a clothing line. She's got like these incredible partnerships with skincare brand. Like she just like a lot of those S-type girls. I think the reason why they're so admirable by a lot of women is because it's like the girl that can do it all. You know, It's like the girl who is modeling, but is great with speaking about the things she's passionate about, or doing this to make a change in the world, or also taking on acting or taking on hosting, or, you know, wanting to be a designer. Like it's that girl that can do it all. And I think that, I mean, there's so many. I mean, look at Chrissy Teigen. I always use her as an example when I talk to my agents about like, she does it all. Like Jennifer Lopez does it all. And always talks about how she was always told, like, you must hyper focus. Is it acting? Is it singing? Is it dancing? Like, what is it? And she was like, I want to do all of it.
All of it
and be good at all of it.
Yeah. I know that you've been so outspoken about like trolls and hate on the internet and stuff. And I mean, Chrissy just kind of said like, fuck it with Twitter. Yeah. I'm gone. Have you ever had those thoughts?
You know, I feel really fortunate to have a fan base that is like super supportive. And for as much as I deal with those comments and those hate, I block them right away. But I mean, I don't have the audience that Chrissy does with like 50 million people. Like, I don't even know. I could be like underselling the amount of followers she has, but that's a lot. And she is very outspoken about her views in a lot of things. Like there's a lot of things that people don't know about me because I choose not to share it, because I also don't want to defend it. Like it's just something that I keep to myself. And she, you know, it's unfortunate that it comes with sharing so much of your personal thoughts. You know, even her journey with her pregnancy and things like that. Like, you know, if that time ever comes to me, I don't know if I would be, like, I admire Chrissy for doing that, but I don't know if I would do that because I wouldn't be able to handle the backlash. Like and so, you know, good for her for, you know, you just get to that point where you're like, I'm done. Like I open myself up to you, but it's more hate than it is love. And, but when I do deal with it, you know, sometimes it gets under my skin, but at that point I'm like, who even is this person? They don't even want to show their face. Like they're embarrassed of themselves. Like, so I'm like me reaching out and saying something to them or shutting them down. And half the time I don't even block them because I don't even want them to know that I saw it. So.
Right. You don't want to give them that satisfaction. Plus you reach a point where it's like, man, the resume speaks for itself. I'm on the cover. I'm doing Wipeout. I got this. I got my swimsuit line. I got everything. Like you're clearly wrong. Like you won, Camille.
All of that is like, I know who I am as a person. Like if I were to see this person who was to be like, you're fat or you only have this career because of this, or you like, if I were to see them in person, I'd be like, do you need a hug? Like, I wouldn't even be like, you know, like,
no, you know what? Like, but if they saw you in person, they'd be like, oh my God, I got to get a picture. So that's
not have a hug.
Well, not even that, but like energy speaks and they would be like, oh my gosh, she's such a gentle person. Like, why am I going at her so hard? Just because I put myself out there doesn't mean that, you know, I can't break it down, man. Like it hurts. But
that's why you're the last thing before we let you go, Camille.
I'm going to tell you something.
Well, I'm getting told we have to wrap, but you can talk as long as you want.
No, we can wrap, but when we do your last question, I want to show you this because the last time I interviewed with you guys about SI swimsuit, I was holding a French bulldog that's somebody else's, and then now me and Rob have one.
That's right. And he's got an Instagram and everything, right?
Yeah, I want to hold him while you ask me the last question. Look at him.
What's his name?
Ralphie Gronkowski.
Gronkowski.
All right, this is going to sound stupid. I know. I'm going to get to the head of that real quick. He looks like a Gronkowski. I don't know how. He just does.
He looks like Stitch from Lilo and Stitch.
Yes, he does. He does look like that. Yes.
As soon as you said it, Ralphie Gronkowski, like that's Gronk. That's a Gronk.
That's a Gronk. Look at him yawning. That's a Gronk. Like, great.
The last question before we let you go, which was check out Wipeout on TBS. It's on Thursdays, right?
Yes, Thursday, starting tonight.
Thursday
night, 9/8 Central on TBS. Me, John, and Nicole.
I will be there. You're right. The question is, how drunk was Brady on the parade?
Come on.
I mean, I never seen him like that, so I don't know scale 1 to 10, but I never seen him like that before.
He was that drunk?
Oh, he was drunk.
Oh yeah, he was drunk.
Yeah, they're trying to spin this that he wasn't.
He even admitted it on Twitter. He made fun of himself. And what did he say? He's like, it was avocado tequila.
Yeah. Because we have people who work for us in the office, or at the time who used to work for Tom, and he's like, dude, he's not drunk. Like, I have other people on the boat who are saying he's not drunk.
Oh.
And
I didn't really ever see him like, because his boat was right in front of us. I never saw him like, you know, downing a bottle or anything else. So I was actually a little bit confused when.
Well, that's what people were saying, is that they never actually saw him drinking.
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't on his boat and I wasn't like staring, being like, did he take a swig, you know? But I don't know at what point, but maybe it's one of those situations where like I like barely drink in the year. So when I do, like I get buzzed quick. So I don't know. I mean, the guy isn't drinking during the season. So maybe he just a little bit goes a long way. I don't know. Avocado does that too.
All right, Camille. Thanks so much for the time. Congrats on everything. And we'll see you and Frankie next time.
I'm glad you're okay, Kevin.
Thank you. Yeah, no car accident. We're all good. Sorry for being late.
See you guys.
Bye.
Later.
We have not yet put out the Rat Family Vacations because these motherfuckers have not hit the 60,000.
That's all you got to do. You just got to hit the fucking button.
No, you know what? At this point, it's not enough to be anti-subscribing. No, it's not enough to not subscribe. It's not enough to subscribe. You also have to be anti-not subscribing. You have to tell your friends to subscribe.
Like that.
Spread the word.
Tell your mom.
Tell your mother. Tell your friends.
Up
everybody.
everyone's YouTube algorithm.
Everybody.
People you hate in particular. Fuck up their algorithm.
Yes.
So hack their phone.
Subscribe.
A little cybercrime.
Subscribe.
Boom, done.
Then we get to 60,000. Then you get your Rat Family Vacation, and then we can take it, to the next level. Which apparently we're gonna have to up the ante. It's gonna be like, I don't know. I'll chop my fucking dick off when we hit 100,000.
BME Pain Olympics 70,000.
We'll do Pain Olympics at 100,000. 100,000 Pain Olympics. Our own variation of it. Subscribe. Tell your friends.